संभावनाएं, ये हमारा तीर्थ है, सम्मान से जीना सिखाया, प्रेरणा देकर युवा जन शक्ति का गौरव बढ़ाया, विद्यादान का अभियान प्राणों में उतारा, पुण्य कोटा भी भरा था विश्वविद्यालय हमारा, विश्वविद्यालय हमारा, विश्वविद्यालय हमारा, विश्वविद्यालय कोटा, विश्वविद्यालय कोटा, विश्वविद्यालय कोटा, विश्वविद्यालय कोटा, विश्वविद्यालय कोटा, विश्वविद्यालय।
अब मैं कार्यक्रम के वेलकम स्पीच के लिए डॉक्टर विपुल शर्मा जी से आग्रह करूंगा कि आप वेलकम स्पीच दें कार्यक्रम के लिए।
थैंक यू केके सर। मैं पोस्ट पीएचडी कोर्स वर्क 2023 में इनॉग्रल सेशन में चीफ गेस्ट ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर नीलिमा सिंह जी का स्वागत करता हूं। मैडम के कारण, ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर के कारण ही हम ये इस प्लेटफॉर्म पर आप लोगों को पीएचडी कोर्स वर्क कराने की सुविधाएं दे पा रहे हैं। मैडम का विजन जो है शोध के प्रति वो काफी ऊंचा है, क्योंकि इसका कारण है मैडम ने खुद ने भी लगभग 50 पीएचडी स्कॉलर्स को पीएचडी कराई। 50 कैंडिडेट्स लगभग जो है वो मैडम के अंडर में ऑलरेडी पीएचडी कर चुके हैं। और मैडम का जो सब्जेक्ट है वो भी काफी अप्लाइड सब्जेक्ट है, बायोकेमिस्ट्री सब्जेक्ट में पीएचडी कराई है। और डॉक्टर्स ने भी पीएचडी मैडम के अंडर में करी है, मेडिकल डॉक्टर्स। उसके बाद में मैं स्वागत करता हूँ डायरेक्टर रिसर्च मैडम प्रोफेसर रीना दादी। डायरेक्टर मैडम का कहना था कि कोर्स वर्क थोड़ा जल्दी कराया जाए, क्योंकि पीएचडी कोर्स वर्क में जो 1 माह में जो बच्चे सीखेंगे उनको पीएचडी के बारे में सब कुछ पहले ही पता होना चाहिए। उसके बाद में जो सुपरवाइजर के पास में बच्चा जाए और उसके बाद में सारा का सारा वो सुपरवाइजर से ट्रेनिंग ले। पहले हम कोर्स वर्क हमेशा जो हमारा जो कोर्स वर्क है, हमारा जो टेन्योर है वो हम 5 महीने बाद में कराते थे। पर मैडम का कहना था कि नहीं, ये पहले कराओ, क्योंकि इसमें जो सिलेबस है वो बच्चा पहले से उसको जानना जरूरी होता है। इसके कारण हमने फिर मेरे को भी हम सबको भी लगा ऐसा कि ये बात बिल्कुल सही है। तो इसके लिए मैडम का साधुवाद। और इसके बाद में मैं स्वागत करता हूँ प्रोफेसर आशुरानी मैडम का, ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर भीमराव अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी आगरा। प्रोफेसर आशुरानी मैडम जो है वो हमारे यहाँ पूर्व में डायरेक्टर रिसर्च रह चुकी है और हमने साथ में काम किया हुआ है। और आशुरानी मैडम का विजन जो है वो रिसर्च के प्रति बहुत उम्दा है। मैडम ने भी कोटा विश्वविद्यालय में सबसे ज्यादा अगर किसी ने पीएचडी कराई है तो वो आशुरानी मैडम ने कराई है। और विजन उनका यूनिवर्सिटी में पोर्टल बनवाया उन्होंने। और मैं स्वागत करता हूँ आशुरानी मैडम का। इसके साथ में मैं स्वागत करता हूँ हमारे कीनोट स्पीकर आज के ऑनरेबल गेस्ट हमारे प्रोफेसर वीरेंद्र सिंह जी। प्रोफेसर वीरेंद्र सिंह जी आईआईटी बॉम्बे से हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट है इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग एंड कंप्यूटर साइंसेस के। ये आज के कीनोट स्पीकर है। मैं स्वागत करता हूँ प्रोफेसर आर के उपाध्याय सर का, रजिस्ट्रार यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कोटा। सर का स्वागत है। और अंत में मैं स्वागत करता हूँ हमारे कोऑर्डिनेटर्स का। ये कोऑर्डिनेटर्स जो है इन्हीं के हाथों में पूरे कोर्स वर्क की बागडोर रहेगी। यही पूरा कोर्स वर्क कंडक्ट कराएंगे डॉक्टर आशीष आसोपा, डॉक्टर के शर्मा। ये आप लोगों से डील करेंगे। मैं स्वागत करता हूँ और सर ओवर टू यू।
थैंक यू डॉक्टर विपुल जी। अब मैं पीएचडी कोर्स वर्क के इंट्रोडक्शन के लिए मैं प्रोफेसर रीना दादी मैम से आग्रह करूंगा कि आप शोधार्थियों को पीएचडी कोर्स वर्क के बारे में इंट्रोडक्शन के बारे में बताइए प्लीज मैम।
थैंक यू कीर्ति। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे काम रूपिणी विद्यारंभम करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। हे माँ सरस्वती, हे वर देने वाली माँ काम रूपिणी, मैं विद्या आरंभ करने जा रही हूँ, मुझे सफल बनाना। ऐसी प्रार्थना मैं सभी शोधार्थियों के माध्यम से माता सरस्वती जी से करती हूँ। बसंत पंचमी पर्व की आप सभी को ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं। As all of you know that as per UGC rules, a PhD scholar, every PhD scholar shall have to undertake the coursework for a minimum of 1 semester, which is compulsory prerequisite for all scholars for completing the PhD program. My dear scholars, you have entered into the PhD program. Congratulations to all the selected scholars and candidates. You have started work at your research of the department during the month of December. This coursework is very much important for enhancing your subject knowledge when you are doing it at your research center or the department, if you are regular. Doing research is totally different from any other regular course like undergraduate course or the post-graduation. What happened in the undergraduate course and the postgraduate course, there is a specified set syllabus and a exam pattern for which you have to attempt the exam and you have to pass the program. Some fixed subjects like 5 subjects in a semester or 10 subjects in a semester. But in research work, PhD program, it is very much different. Apart from this 1 semester, of course, no doubt there is a set syllabus in the 1 semester coursework exam program, and after the completion of this coursework, there will be exam conducted by the research section of university, and you have to pass that exam also. But apart from this 1 semester coursework, what you have to do, you have to explore your research interest area and you have to find out a new idea from that area, research area. You have to take that idea for a long duration. You have to totally explore that idea. What are the what is the work which have been done in that area, and what are the limitations in that area regarding that work, and from that those limitations you find out the research problem of your interest. You take up that problem and work on it, apply some research methodologies, and finally you have to produce some valuable and viable output from your research. So as compared to any UG and PG degree, the PhD degree is totally different. So these are the steps involved. अगर हम बात करें कि रिसर्च एक्चुअली में क्या है, तो बड़े रिसर्चर जो अल्बर्ट आइंस्टीन हुए हैं, उनके शब्दों में रिसर्च इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ एक्सप्लोरिंग अननोन टेरिटरी. If we know what we are doing, it would not be called research. Okay. और अभी हम बैठते हैं, बात करते हैं, तो कृष्णा जी और हम 2-3 दिन पहले बात कर रहे थे, तो रिसर्च इज नॉट अ साइंस, रिसर्च इज नॉट अ आर्ट, रिसर्च इज द आर्ट्स एंड साइंस बोथ. ओके, बिकॉज आर्ट है, आर्ट अगर हम हिंदी में कहें तो कला है रिसर्च करना. जिसको ये आ गई वो रिसर्च की जो समुद्र में जिसने गोता लगाया उसको पार करके निकल जाएगा, अदरवाइज उसी में हिचकोले भरता रहेगा उसी सागर के अंदर. सो बात इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग इज द कोर्स वर्क जो कि ऑनलाइन कंडक्ट किया जा रहा है. रिगार्डिंग दैट I would like to discuss some important points. points. First thing is, coursework is mandatory for all the students who have taken admission in the PhD program. The duration of coursework is 1 semester, and already I have discussed that it has started in the month of December. So today it is around 2 months you have started your coursework at your research center or the department. Okay, this is a formal coursework which will in which we will complete the syllabus based on the research methodology. Okay, this coursework shall consist of courses on research methodology, which shall cover different areas like qualitative and quantitative research methods, validity of research, report writing, ethics of research, what are the criteria for doing good research, how to formulate the research problem, related to computer applications. There will be hands-on lectures also on the computer applications. Then mechanics of writings, writing concisely, avoiding sentence fragments, run-ons, modifiers, compound and complex sentences, punctuations, coherence. All such topics will be covered during this 1 month coursework from 14th of Feb 2024 to 16th March 2024. Okay. All these topics will enable the scholars to acquire deep knowledge in the preparation for PhD program. So I suggest you people to be attentive during your lectures during the coursework. A candidate will complete his or her research coursework of 1 semester through intensive classes, which are starting from today and conducted by the Directorate of Research, University of Kota. Then other part of coursework includes review of literature, assignments, presentations under the supervisor. After the completion of coursework, examination will be conducted. This exam will held most probably in the last week of April or first week of May 2024. Maximum 2 chances shall be given to the scholar for clearing the coursework, failing to which may lead to cancellation of admission. 75% attendance for coursework classes is required, as we have already told you people and continuously reminding you. During the intensive classes, which are starting from today, there will be total 60 lectures held on different topics related to your syllabus, and 18 webinars will be organized. There will be total 3 sessions of 2 hours each per working day will be held, and these sessions will start from morning 10:30 to evening 5 o'clock. Okay. During the coursework, the experts from renowned universities of India and abroad will share their knowledge, and in order to keep in mind the NEP 2020, there will be a special seminar on the implementation of NEP 2020. Friends, I hope all the scholars will attend the classes sincerely and complete their 75% attendance. All the video lectures will also be available on the YouTube channel of Research Section of University of Kota. You can revise your coursework content with the help of YouTube channel during your coursework examination. I would like to thank most respected Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam for her blessings, and she will also take lecture today. Thanks to Dr. Krishna Sharma, Dr. Ashish Sharma, Dr. Vipul Sharma, Shri Chaman Tiwari, my office staff members Rahul, Tarun and Akanksha for doing all the preparations to make this online coursework classes successful. At last, I would also like to add some etiquettes which all the scholars has to follow, because coursework is online. So during the classes, you have to mute your microphone, and daily 5 to 5.5 hours at least joining is required along with your camera on. And after the lecture, you can discuss your queries one by one by raising your hand. Okay? There should not be any distracting background. Join your classes daily on time. You can also write your query in the message box. Join with your official name, as it will be recorded for your attendance. Otherwise, you will be marked as a absent. So, be careful about these points during the coursework. मैं आप सभी से आशा रखती हूँ कि बहुत ही गंभीरता से कोर्स वर्क को लेंगे, क्योंकि ये जो 1 मंथ की क्लासेस होंगी उन पर बेस्ड ही आपका एग्जाम होगा। और मैं आपसे ये जरूर कहना चाहूंगी कि शोध कार्य को आप समय पर पूरा करें। उसके लिए आप समय का उचित प्रबंधन और दृढ़ निश्चित रहें, क्योंकि शोध कार्य में आपकी जो नियमितता है वो बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण रोल प्ले करती है। यदि आपने समय रहते अपने शोध कार्य पर ध्यान देकर उसे पूरा करने का प्रयास नहीं किया तो आपके परिणाम अच्छे नहीं होंगे। देखिए, अभी बहुत कंपटीशन है। आप आज एक टॉपिक सोचते हैं और उस पर काम नहीं करते हैं तो आपका टॉपिक ऑब्सोलेट हो जाएगा। ये बात आप सभी को समझनी होगी कि सफलता प्राप्ति के लिए यदि हम समय रहते ध्यान नहीं देते हैं तो हमें जीवन पर्यंत इधर उधर भटकना पड़ता है, और जो सफलता है वो मृत तृष्णा की भांति हमसे बहुत दूर चली जाती है, कोसों दूर चली जाती है। तो शोध कार्य में नियमितता और समय का उचित प्रबंधन बहुत ही आवश्यक है। इसलिए समय की महत्ता को आप सभी समझें। अतः सभी शोधार्थियों से अपेक्षा करती हूँ कि आप नियमितता रखते हुए अपने शोध कार्य को समय पर पूरा करेंगे। अंत में सभी को फिर से बहुत सी शुभकामनाओं के साथ और आपका पीएचडी प्रोग्राम में सिलेक्शन हुआ इसी की बधाई के साथ अपनी बात को समाप्त करती हूँ। ऑल द बेस्ट। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
थैंक यू वेरी मच मैम। आपने पूरे कोर्स वर्क की रूपरेखा बता दिया और स्टूडेंट्स को जो रिसर्च का जो मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि रिसर्च इज अबाउट क्रिएटिंग न्यू नॉलेज, उसके बारे में भी आपने इनको बताया। तो मैं आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ मैम। अब मैं हमारे कोर्स वर्क की स्पेशल गेस्ट है प्रोफेसर आसुरानी मैम, वो भी इस कोर्स वर्क ऑनलाइन कोर्स वर्क में जुड़ गए हैं। तो मैं प्रोफेसर आसुरानी मैम, जो कि माननीय कुलपति महोदय हैं डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी की, उनका भी स्वागत करता हूँ। वेलकम मैम।
थैंक यू सो मच
मैम। नमस्कार, वार्म वेलकम मैम।
मैम
आपके व्यस्त समय में से थोड़ा समय हम चुरा रहे हैं आपका।
मैडम अभी एयरपोर्ट पे है, बोर्डिंग
है, लेकिन आपने समय दिया मैम, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। बस आपकी ब्लेसिंग्स की आवश्यकता है।
मैं शोधार्थियों को बता देता हूँ कि मैम है, उन्होंने ऑनलाइन कोर्स वर्क है उसकी रूपरेखा बनाई थी और उनकी रूपरेखा बनाई हुई है, उसी के अकॉर्डिंग हम काम कर रहे हैं।
So,
over to ma'am.
first of all, thank you very much to my own university, University of Kota and Department of Research Department, because I'm always very happy to be part of that occasion. That is the starting of coursework. As Director Research, I always wanted to improve the quality of research in our university. And I'm so happy to see that this year also, Madam Reena Dadich, as Director Research, has taken up this step and she has started the coursework in time and in online mode. And I think there are several advantages of online mode of this coursework, because all the participants, all the research scholars, they are sitting at their places, their house, in their labs, and even the speakers are also coming. They are not very much, tired of going from one place to another place, and they are giving their best to the students. I feel that this coursework is very, very important. You must be thinking that we have concised this coursework to 1 month coursework. But if you are sincerely doing all the listening, all the lectures, and you are taking up all the notes of all the teachers, those who are now taking classes on different topics, you will definitely get a better learning and better knowledge of how to start research. Once you are admitted, we start thinking about how to start, from literature survey to selection of the topic, and then going for the methodology, then submission of synopsis, and after synopsis, the presentation of the synopsis, and after the presentation, the final clearance of our synopsis, the work we are going to start. When we enter research, in PhD coursework, we always think something different. But when we start our work, we find that there are several difficulties in pursuing what we have thought of. So, how much we can do, how much we can collect, what facilities we have surrounding us, and what are the other collaborations we can make to accomplish our desired research output. That is also very, very important. And I think in this 1 month coursework, definitely you will be getting all the desired information regarding your collaborations, other teachers, those who are working in our area, what is the need of going for the literature survey, and how we can stop ourselves by indulging into the plagiarism. So all these things will come into the coursework. I'm very happy that you all will be taking up this course in University of Kota, as it is a very good university, and sincerely the research is, at least I can assure you, that if you are taking research in University of Kota, definitely you will be gaining something which is not available in many other universities of the state and the country. So wish you all the best. As I am somewhere not able to getting the proper connectivity, as well as soon my flight is to be, I have to board on flight. So wish you all the best. All the best to all the persons in research section, Tripul ji, and I think the announcer is Krishna. So everyone, those who are present, all the students, and definitely I'll try to give some lectures on different topics during this coursework as soon as I'll get time. Thank you so much and wish you all the best. Thank you.
So much, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
कार्यक्रम में यूनिवर्सिटी के जो रजिस्ट्रार हैं प्रोफेसर R.K. उपाध्याय जी, वो भी जुड़ रहे हैं ऑनलाइन.
आगे कैमरा ऑन करें तभी आ रहा हूँ.
तो ज्वाइन तो नहीं हो रहा.
बोलेंगे तभी तो.
सर आज तो ज्वाइन करता हो रहे हैं सर, बोलिए.
आज तो ज्वाइन हो रहा है.
सर जुड़ गए सर.
बोलिए
सर आज तो ज्वाइन कर रही है, क्या हो रहा है सर?
ज्वाइन भी नहीं कर सकता.
Meanwhile, we can discuss any queries regarding the PhD coursework from your side.
आपको कुछ भी किसी को कोई क्वेरी है तो आप डिस्कस कर सकते हैं जब तक रजिस्ट्रार साहब जुड़ रहे हैं। आगे
ये आगे। अभी इनका बंद
तो अनम्यूट कर
अनम्यूट कर दिया इनसे। हेलो सर,
मैम वन क्वेरी अबाउट
रजिस्ट्रार सर जुड़ गए सर आप?
हाँ ज्वाइन कर चुके हैं।
हाँ सर।
सर
ज्वाइन कर चुका हूँ मैं। नमस्कार सभी को, नमस्कार।
मैं प्रोफेसर आर के उपाध्याय जी, रजिस्ट्रार यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कोटा का हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं ऑनलाइन पीएचडी कोर्स वर्क में। सर आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। मैं अब रजिस्ट्रार सर से कहूंगा कि आप सर अपना जो नॉलेज है बच्चों के साथ शेयर करें सर, शोधार्थियों के साथ, प्लीज सर।
सबसे पहले तो माननीय कुलपति महोदय को नमस्कार। इस कार्यक्रम की सूत्रधार आदरणीय प्रोफेसर रीना दादी मैम को नमस्कार। जितने भी रिसर्च की टीम और मेरे टीचिंग साथी सबको धन्यवाद और नमस्कार। और हमारे प्यारे शोधार्थी, आज की यह ऑनलाइन कोर्स वर्क का ये जो कार्यक्रम शुरू हो रहा है, मैं समझता हूँ आपने पूरा सुना होगा और आपको अपने रिसर्च डिजाइन करने में, अपने रिसर्च के मेथोडोलॉजी को तैयार करने में और कैसे रिसर्च करना है, क्योंकि कई बार विद्यार्थियों का शोध में रजिस्ट्रेशन तो हो जाता है, लेकिन बाद में वो शोध पूरा नहीं कर पाते। इससे क्योंकि उनको जो करना चाहिए, जिस रूप में शोध की प्रस्तुतिकरण होना चाहिए, उस रूप में शोध प्रस्तुत नहीं कर पाते, तो फिर वो बेचारे परेशान होते हैं और अल्टीमेटली वह शोध से पिंड छुड़ा लेते हैं। तो आप लोग शुरू से ही अपने मन में एक डिजाइन रखिएगा, एक टॉपिक रखिएगा। आपकी टॉपिक बहुत कुछ कहता है, वो शोध योग्य होना चाहिए, स्वीकार करने योग्य होना चाहिए, क्योंकि आपको बताया होगा कि सारी की सारी पीएचडी आजकल यूजीसी जाती है ऑनलाइन, उसका बकायदे उसको ऑनलाइन हमें पब्लिश करना पड़ता है। तो ये सब चीजें आपको बताई गई होंगी, तो आपका रिसर्च का स्तर भी उसी लेवल का होना चाहिए। मैं आप सभी शोधार्थियों को आज शुभकामनाएं दूंगा कि आप अपनी शोध पूरा करें। कोई भी शोधार्थी बीच में शोध छोड़कर ना जाए, ऐसी हमारी शुभकामना है। क्योंकि उससे क्या होता है कि एक बच्चे का हक मारा जाता है और गाइड के अंडर में एक सीट बर्बाद होती है। इसलिए आप लोग कोशिश कीजिएगा कि अगर आप शोध कर रहे हैं तो पूरे डेडिकेशन के साथ, पूरे मनोयोग के साथ शोध करें। शोध कोई आसान प्रक्रिया नहीं है, एक लंबी फिलॉसफी है, बहुत लंबा सतत प्रयास करना पड़ेगा आपको और हर वक्त लगा रहना पड़ेगा। अपने गाइड से आप लोग संपर्क में रहिएगा। बाकी हमारा रिसर्च डिपार्टमेंट बहुत अच्छा है, अगर कोई बाकी सहयोग चाहिए उस सहयोग से आप जुड़े रहिएगा। और आप लोग आपस में भी एक ग्रुप बना लीजिएगा व्हाट्सएप, ताकि हर सूचनाएं आपसे शेयर हो सके। तो एक बार फिर मैं कोटा विश्वविद्यालय कोटा के कुल सचिव के नाते आप सभी का कोटा विश्वविद्यालय में स्वागत करता हूं और धन्यवाद देता हूं कि आज आप इस कोर्स वर्क में जुड़े। एक बार पुनः आदरणीय वीपी मैम, रीना दजीज मैम को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। नमस्कार।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद उपाध्याय जी। आपकी स्वास्थ्य खराब होते हुए भी आप यहाँ पर आज ऑनलाइन जुड़े, उसके लिए आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। वरना सर उपस्थित होते हैं हर कार्यक्रम में और अधिकार के साथ हम उनको बुलाते हैं कि नहीं आपको आना ही है। आज इनका स्वास्थ्य काफी ज्यादा ही खराब है कल से, तो इसलिए फिर भी ऑनलाइन जुड़ गए। और आप जो सुझाव आपने शोधार्थियों को दिए हैं बहुत ही अच्छे हैं, और मैं खुद भी कहूंगी सभी शोधार्थियों को कि इन पर बहुत अमल करें। ये बात आपको अभी छोटी लग सकती है, लेकिन बहुत बड़ी बात उपाध्याय सर ने कही है, इसको बिल्कुल गांठ बांध लें इस चीज को आप, तभी आपका शोध सफल हो पाएगा। धन्यवाद उपाध्याय साहब। आगे
धन्यवाद सर।
चलो, अब आपकी कोई क्वेरीज हैं तो कोर्स वर्क से रिलेटेड हम डिस्कस कर सकते हैं 1 by 1, है ना? रोहित सैनी कुछ बोल रहे थे पहले ना, रोहित।
मैम कोर्स वर्क का एग्जाम ऑनलाइन होगा ऑफलाइन?
आपको एग्जाम ऑनलाइन हो गया?
ऑफलाइन होगा, एग्जाम ऑफलाइन होगा।
ओके मैम।
हेलो,
मैडम
नमस्कार।
मैं एक निवेदन करना चाहूंगा।
जी बोलिए।
मैम ये
हेलो।
डिस्कसिव होगा या डिस्कसाइज होगा एग्जाम?
आपकी वॉइस
हाँ, आप मैसेज बॉक्स में लिखो, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
मैंने तो बंद कर दिया मैम। चैट बॉक्स में बार-बार डिस्टर्बेंस हो रहा है।
वॉइस क्लियर नहीं है।
हेलो, नमस्कार मैम।
हाँ बोलिए।
मैम ये कोर्स वर्क के जैसे मीडियम इंग्लिश रहेगा या फिर हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों बाइलिंगुअल रहेगा?
तो बाइलिंगुअल रहेगा। और आपको मैं बताऊं यहाँ पर कि काफी सारी जो क्लासेस है, कुछ टॉपिक्स ऐसे हैं, जैसे कि एग्जाम्पल लूं मैं अभी। क्वालिटेटिव एंड क्वांटिटेटिव रिसर्च डिजाइन, ये साइंस के शोधार्थियों के लिए अलग कंडक्ट किया जाएगा सेशन, और नॉन साइंस के विद्यार्थियों के लिए अलग कंडक्ट किया जाएगा। ऐसे कई सारे टॉपिक में जो साइंस के और नॉन साइंस के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए अलग अलग पैरेलल ही कंडक्ट किए जाएंगे। ठीक है, और कोई क्वेरी?
क्वेरी ये है कि कोर्स वर्क का एग्जाम कब तक होगा? आचार संहिता लग गई और उसमें फ्लाइंग स्क्वाड वगैरह में ड्यूटी देनी पड़ेगी।
चुनाव के बाद होगा।
हाँ ठीक है, धन्यवाद साहब, धन्यवाद।
मैम।
हाँ
मैम ये कैमरा होना जरूरी है क्या?
हाँ, कैमरा ऑन नहीं रहेगा तो अटेंडेंस ना नहीं हो पाएगी।
मैम 6 आवर बैठना है सर, स्क्रीन के सामने काफी दिक्कत होता है आपको। वो
क्या चीज?
6 आवर बैठना
सर आंखों मैम आंखों को काफी दिक्कत होता है 6 आवर बैठना।
आप आंखें उसे एंगल दूसरा बना ले, बट आपकी उपस्थिति रिकॉर्ड हो जाएगी तक। आंखें मत रखें ना स्क्रीन के ऊपर आप।
ओके मैम।
वैसे भी आपको मैं बताऊं, देखिए कोई भी यहाँ पर जो एक्सपर्ट्स आपके साथ में टॉपिक्स डिस्कस करेंगे तो पीपीटी भी शो करेंगे, आपको पीपीटी भी देखना पड़ेगा। तो कोर्स वर्क में आपको अटेंटिव तो रहना ही पड़ेगा।
यस मैम।
स्क्रीन से भी कांटेक्ट रहेगा। आप कोई चश्मा पहने 0 नंबर का।
ओके मैम, थैंक यू मैम।
हेलो मैम, वन क्वेश्चन। मैम मैं ये जानना चाह रहा था कि इसमें अपने जो शेड्यूल है पूरा 15 फरवरी से लेकर 16 मार्च तक का, इसमें नॉन साइंस के कुछ कालांश भी दे रखे हैं, जिसमें जो साइंस के विद्यार्थी या शोधार्थी नहीं है वो भी इसमें ज्वाइन रहेंगे क्या? आवाज। हेलो।
क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया आपने। आप लोग क्वेश्चन करके म्यूट कर लें अपने आप को, म्यूट कर लें आप।
कुछ टॉपिक्स ऐसे हैं सिलेबस में जो साइंस के शोधार्थियों के लिए अलग सेशन कंडक्ट किया जाएगा और नॉन साइंस के लिए अलग किया जाएगा।
सेशन कंटिन्यूस
टॉपिक
उसमें मैं जी, हम तो ये जानना चाह रहे हैं मैम, जिसमें नॉन साइंस का जो कंडक्ट होगा उसमें साइंस वालों को पार्टिसिपेट करना या जुड़ना अनिवार्य है क्या?
नहीं करेंगे, पैरेलल सेशन
पैरेलल सेशन चलेगा।
पैरेलल सेशन चलेगा। साइंस वाले में सिर्फ साइंस वाले जुड़ेंगे और नॉन साइंस में सिर्फ नॉन साइंस।
ठीक है मैम, थैंक यू।
ऐसा कभी भी नहीं होगा कि एक कोई
मैडम
साइंस और नॉन साइंस का अलग अलग होगा, तो पैरेलल सेशन चलेंगे। आपके पास में लिंक आ जाएगा अलग से, तो जो मैसेज आएगा उसको ध्यान से पढ़ें और जिस दिन अलग अलग क्लास होगी अलग अलग ज्वाइन करें, और जो कॉमन टॉपिक होंगे उसमें सभी एक साथ ज्वाइन करें।
मैडम एक सवाल ये पूछना है मुझे कि जो क्लासेस हमें यहाँ पर पढ़ाई जाएंगी, लेक्चर दिए जाएंगे, क्या वो क्लासेस हम बाद में भी देख सकते हैं, सुन सकते हैं अगर हमें जरूरत पड़ी तो?
यूट्यूब चैनल पर अपलोड कर दिया जाएगा और आपको ग्रुप में यूट्यूब चैनल का लिंक शेयर कर दिया जाएगा।
थैंक यू मैम।
नमस्ते मैम।
नमस्ते।
मैम ये कोर्स वर्क के लिए कोई एक बुक भी होगी क्या, एक सिलेबस के साथ?
नहीं, बुक नहीं है प्रिस्क्राइब, आप अलग अलग बुक्स हैं, आप रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी की कोई भी बुक्स हैं आप पढ़ सकते हैं। रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी वाला पार्ट इंग्लिश का पार्ट है, वो इंग्लिश की बुक्स पढ़ सकते हैं।
नमस्ते मैम।
जो टॉपिक पढ़ाएंगे वो रेफरेंसेस भी बताएंगे साथ में।
नमस्ते मैडम।
हाँ।
मैडम इसके नोट्स मिल जाएंगे फिर बाद में हमें?
नोट्स नहीं, पूरे लेक्चर ही अपलोड कर देंगे हम यूट्यूब चैनल पर। आप पूरे लेक्चर को आप दोहरान कर सकते हैं।
यूट्यूब पे मिलेंगे, बाकी आप नोट्स नहीं देंगे?
नोट्स भी देंगे कुछ अगर अवेलेबल होंगे। देखिए एक्सपर्ट्स अगर अवेलेबल कराएंगे तो डेफिनेटली वो आपके साथ शेयर किए जाएंगे पीपीटी।
हमारी तो रिक्वेस्ट ये है मैडम, नोट्स मिल जाए तो बेस्ट रहेगा।
भरसक प्रयास तो यही रहेगा कि जो एक्सपर्ट्स हमें नोट्स अवेलेबल कराएंगे वो आप लोग को एज इट इज शेयर कर दिए जाएंगे।
ठीक है, थैंक यू मैडम।
मैम नमस्ते। मैम एक बात ये मालूम करनी है कि ये जो कोर्स वर्क हो रहा है मैम, तो इसमें 1 महीना यूनिवर्सिटी क्लास ले रही है, बाकी 5 महीने क्या सुपरवाइजर करवाएंगे या क्या रहेगा उसका मैम?
आपको मैंने यही तो बताया था अभी कि पूरा 1 सेमेस्टर का जो ये कोर्स वर्क है जो कि 15 दिसंबर से स्टार्ट हो गया था, वो जो क्लासेस हो रही है सिलेबस का कंप्लीशन वो तो इस महीने में होगा, इस 1 महीने में, आज से शुरू होकर 16 मार्च तक। और बाकी का जो समय है लिटरेचर रिव्यू है, प्रेजेंटेशंस है, सिनॉप्सिस का प्रेजेंटेशन कैसे करना है, ये सारी तैयारी आप अपने रिसर्च सेंटर पर सुपरवाइजर के साथ करेंगे। ये दोनों मिलकर के कोर्स वर्क बनाते हैं। सिर्फ अकेला ये 1 महीने का जो क्लासेस है वो कोर्स वर्क का ड्यूरेशन नहीं है, ये ड्यूरेशन पूरा 1 सेमेस्टर का है। इस अंतर को आप सभी समझ लें अच्छी तरह से।
राइट मैम।
कोर्स वर्क तो है दिसंबर में ही, ये तो जो सिलेबस है ना उसको कंप्लीट कराने के लिए रिसर्च सेक्शन के द्वारा क्लासेस कंडक्ट कराई जा रही हैं।
मैम दोनों का एग्जाम अलग अलग होगा या एक ही होगा?
एग्जाम इस सिलेबस का होगा।
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, one more query from my side. Probably हमारे एग्जाम्स कब कंडक्ट होंगे कोर्स वर्क के बाद?
April last week or May first week?
Sorry, ma'am, it's not audible. In which month, ma'am?
April last और May first week में होंगे।
Right, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
15 जैसा कि मैम 15 दिसंबर से आपका कोर्स वर्क शुरू हुआ है और जून तक ये कोर्स वर्क जाएगा। 6 मंथ वही 15 मई तक ये कोर्स वर्क जाएगा। तो ये ड्यूरेशन देखते हुए प्लस चुनावों का क्या स्थिति रहती है उसको देखते हुए मैम डेट तय करेंगे। तो एग्जैक्ट डेट नहीं है, लेकिन आपका कोर्स वर्क का जो ड्यूरेशन है उसके आपको प्रॉपर्ली इन्फॉर्म करके उस दौरान ही एग्जाम दिया जाएगा।
Sir, thank you.
हाँ सर, मैं ये निवेदन ये कर रहा हूँ कि आप चुनाव का विशेष ध्यान रखना सर। विविध प्रकार की ड्यूटियां लगती है, फ्लाइंग वगैरह, कहीं भी एक दिन की छुट्टी नहीं मिल पाती।
बिल्कुल ध्यान है, उसको ध्यान में रख के एग्जाम कराया जाएगा। ठीक है?
हम 1.5-2 महीने इलेक्शन में लगे रहते हैं सर।
सर यहाँ पे जो दोनों कोर्स कोऑर्डिनेटर बैठे हुए हैं इनकी भी इलेक्शन में ड्यूटी आई हुई है।
जी 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 जी, धन्यवाद सर।
हेलो।
Excuse me, sir.
Hello, namaste, ma'am.
नमस्ते।
Ma'am, can I ask a question?
हाँ पूछिए।
मैम एक्चुअली असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर के एग्जाम्स भी अभी साथ में ही हैं और स्कूल लिंक भी चल रही है, तो उसके साथ थोड़ा सा ये टाइमिंग का हो जाएगा एग्जाम्स।
ऐसा है, जो पीएचडी प्रोग्राम है आपने रेगुलर मोड में ज्वाइन किया हुआ है ना?
जी मैम।
अब आप बताइए आपकी जो क्वेरी है कितनी विजिट है। अभी आप आगे अपने कार्यक्रम को बढ़ा रहे हैं, ठीक है। ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर नीलिमा सिंह जी यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कोटा ज्वाइन कर रही हैं। मैडम की ब्लेसिंग होगी और उनका लेक्चर भी है, तो सभी अपने आप माइक्स ऑफ कर लें और अटेंटिवली उनकी बात सुनें। मैम का ज्वाइन करवा दिए, पिन करो।
हाँ,
मैम
हो गया ना।
पिन करो।
सर्च कर लो, ऊपर सर्च कर लो।
एक्सक्यूज मैम,
क्वेरी सेक्शन अभी बाद में होगा, अभी वीसी मैम है वो जुड़ चुके हैं।
बीसीएस भी करें।
बीसीएस
ज्वाइन कर लिया हमने।
हाँ
बीसीएस
बी
सीएस आई
हाँ हाँ, मैम को पिन कर दो। मैम नमस्कार। मैम अनम्यूट करना होगा, म्यूट हो रखा है माइक। तो नीचे से लगा।
मैम म्यूट हो रखा है,
तू नीचे चला जा। हाँ
हाँ
हाँ मैम
ठीक
नमस्कार।
है।
हाँ आगे ही बेटा बाबा।
मैम दिखाई दे रहा है ना? मैम आवाज आ रही है आपको?
हाँ
जी मैम नमस्कार, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है कार्यक्रम में। मैं सभी शोधार्थियों को बताना चाहती हूँ, रिस्पेक्टेड मोस्ट ऑनरेबल प्रोफेसर नीलिमा सिंह मैडम, ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर ऑफ द यूनिवर्सिटी हैज जॉइंड नाउ। मैडम विल गिव ब्लेसिंग्स टू यू एंड
अब तो लिंक हो गया। हमारी जो पीपीटी है वो कैसे होगी? हाँ। ये दे दूं मैं पेन ड्राइव? यहीं से हो जाए तो यहाँ से मैं टैप करती हूँ। नहीं अभी कुछ नहीं हुआ है। हाँ पीपीटी शेयर कर।
आप नजर नहीं आएंगे, मैं आपको हमारा आपको वहाँ नजर आएगा, सबको नजर आएगा।
अच्छा
पीपीटी का
पीपीटी डेस्कटॉप पे पड़ी है। ये पड़ी। अरे इसका फर्स्ट और लास्ट नहीं बनाया आपने अभी। रिसर्च लगना तो बाय करिए। बनाई नहीं है ये अभी, और थैंक्स की भी नहीं बनाई लो, है।
ओके वो स्टार्ट बोलना स्टार्ट कर।
नहीं अभी थोड़ी ना, अभी तो उनका कुछ और होगा। हाँ अभी तो ये दो बनाओ जरा फटाफट।
वेलकम किया शायद
खुशी मेरा हुआ ही नहीं, म्यूट कर दो या फिर
मुझे 5 मिनट तो खाली।
ठीक है, तो वो प्यूरी और शूट कर देते हैं, आप यहीं रुक जाना ना।
हाँ ये लो ये।
क्या लिखना है उसको?
अरे कुछ नहीं
राहुल मैम
सिंह को लिखना होता है।
अनम्यूट तो कर।
हाँ मैम का वेलकम कर देती
तो
हूँ।
मैम को म्यूट तो करो।
आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही है सर।
लेक्चर है वो स्टार्ट होगा। अभी वीसी मैम है वो लेक्चर लेंगे।
आवाज बिल्कुल नहीं आ रही है।
सर आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही।
आवाज बिल्कुल नहीं आ रही है।
वो भी ऑन करो स्क्रीन। सुनो ये वीडियो भी ऑन करो। कैमरा ऑन करो। कैमरा। अरे वो देखो उधर
आवाज
करो।
बिल्कुल भी नहीं आ रही है।
मैं बीसी मैम है उनका ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर मैम प्रोफेसर नीलिमा सिंह मैम का हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं और प्रोफेसर रीना दादीज मैम से आग्रह करता हूं कि ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर मैम प्रोफेसर नीलिमा सिंह मैम को बुके देके उनका स्वागत करें प्लीज मैम। थैंक यू मैम। अब मैं मैम से आग्रह करूंगा कि आप शोधार्थियों को अपने ब्लेसिंग वर्ड्स और लेक्चर से उनका ज्ञानवर्धन करें प्लीज मैम।
Okay. Good morning to everybody. Am I audible? सबको सुनाई दे रहा है? मेरी आवाज सबको सुनाई दे रही है?
Yes ma'am.
Yes audible.
Yes ma'am, yes.
Yes ma'am.
यस मैम, यस मैम।
आप सब लोगों को मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है?
जी जी मैम।
तरुणी, निकिता, विजय सिंह, आपको आवाज
मैम
सुनाई
आवाज आ
दे
रही
रही है?
Yes ma'am. Yes ma'am.
Okay.
Yes ma'am.
यस मैम, यस मैम।
चलिए,
Yes ma'am.
आई एम स्टार्टिंग। हाँ,
यस यस ओके
आप
मैम।
लोग पहुंचे होगा? एक आप लोग बस खाली जमीन है ना। वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू and all the
वेरी गुड
best
मॉर्निंग।
for
Good
your
morning, ma'am.
coursework.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Now the dignitaries on the dais for the today's inaugural function for the coursework for the PhD. Dr. Reena Dadish, Madam, the Director of Research. Dr. K.K. Sharma. Dr. Ashish Asopma. Dr. Vipul Sharma, and all the faculty of the research director research, and my dear students. Now, after passing PhD entrance test, this is the another step you will have to pass, in which the two parts are there. You have to study first about the computers, and second one is about the subjective. As you know that the computer is the essential part of our life, and we are so dependent on the computer that for every step we need computers. Now, during your research work, you will see that even for the searching of the literature, you will need the computer. Also in making the bibliography, it is very helpful. So the knowledge of the computer is very essential for all the research scholars. The subjective part is discussed with your guide, and he will guide you about the how to write the thesis and what is the meaning of the individual steps of the thesis topic. The research methodology is also different and it varies from research to research, and that is why It is very different from the for the arts student. It is different from the science student. It is different from the commerce student, the life science student. So we have tried to put our best effort to let you know about what is the research methodology and how will you perform your this research. And today we have designed this particular workshop only for you, for the orientation, for giving you the idea how to proceed about the research. Now, first of all, I wish you all the best for your learning. And for about the research methodology, I will tell you something about in brief, so that you will let you know that what is the exact meaning of the research methodology. मैं दोनों में आपको बताऊंगी, हिंदी में भी और इंग्लिश में, दोनों में बताऊंगी आपको। हाँ, यही वाला शेयर हो गया, किया अभी जस्ट किया, हो गया, शेयर किया, टाइम लगता है भैया, 2 दिन तो है क्या? यस मैम, शेयर हो रहा है, हो रहा है, यस। So I am presenting about little bit knowledge about the research methodology. Myself, Dr. Professor Nilima Singh, I am the Vice Chancellor of this university. I will tell you about the research methodology. So before starting with the research methodology, let us start with what is the research. The research is broadly defined as the systematic gathering of the data and the information. Please अपने ऑडियो माइक म्यूट कर लीजिएगा।
वो एक ही कारीगर में 3 दिन
ये दे, आप सभी अपने माइक्स स्विच ऑफ कर लीजिए, अदरवाइज डिस्टरबेंस आ रही है। Okay, so the research is broadly defined as the systematic gathering of the data and the information and its analysis for the advancement of the knowledge in any subject. Some people define it as a movement from known fact to the unknown fact. Or you can define in another way that it is the structured scientific approach used to collect the analysis, used to collect, analyze and interpret the qualitative and the quantitative data to answer the research question or the test hypothesis. कहने का मतलब ये है कि रिसर्च क्या चीज होती है। रिसर्च एक सिस्टमेटिक इंफॉर्मेशन होती है जो जिसमें कि हम डेटा कलेक्ट करते हैं, उसको एनालाइज करते हैं और हमारे जो रिसर्च के जो क्वेरीज होती है उसको सॉल्व करके और हम कम्युनिटी को इन्फॉर्म करते हैं। सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द रिसर्च। एक्चुअली इट इज ए वॉयज ऑफ द डिस्कवरी, बिकॉज सपोज अ थॉट कम्स इन आवर माइंड ऑन अ पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक that I can proceed into it. हमारे दिमाग में आता है ये कि हमारा ये पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक है, अब उस टॉपिक को कैसे अपन प्रोसीड करें, फ्रॉम वेयर और किस पॉइंट से हम उसमें एंट्री लें, आई डू नॉट नो, कुछ नहीं पता होता हमें। सो देन आई हैव टू कन्वर्ट माई थॉट्स इनटू द रिसर्च। तब हम अपने थॉट्स को जो है वो रिसर्च में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, विच विल be my original contribution to the existing stock of knowledge, requires now advancement, but how this research is could be continued. दिमाग में तो आ गया कि हमको रिसर्च करना है, मगर ये रिसर्च शुरू कैसे की जाए, तो इसके लिए it is defined that the research process as a whole could have the following steps. The first one is the identification of the problem. सबसे पहला पॉइंट होता है कि आप प्रॉब्लम को आइडेंटिफाई करते हो, फॉर्मुलेट करते हो। There are two types of the problem. One which relates with the status of the nature, and the second which relates with the relationship between the two variable. एक होता है कि स्टेटस ऑफ नेचर, मतलब कि जिसके ऊपर आप काम कर रहे हो वो किस नेचर का है,
और दूसरा टाइप होता है जिसमें कि आप रिलेशनशिप निकालते हो कि एक ग्रुप में ये फाइंडिंग है और दूसरे ग्रुप में ये फाइंडिंग है, इन दोनों को जब हम कोरिलेट करते हैं तो हमको फाइनली क्या उसका जवाब मिलता है. Essentially, two steps are followed for the formulating. The first one is the understanding of the problem thoroughly. Second, rephrasing the same into the meaningful terms for the analytical point of view. देखिए दोनों में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज दिखा रहा है. पहला पॉइंट बता रहा है कि अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम. आप जो भी प्रॉब्लम लेते हो उसको ठीक से समझो. प्रॉब्लम आप नहीं लोगे, प्रॉब्लम आपका गाइड देगा, टॉपिक आपका गाइड देगा, मगर उसको आपको ठीक से समझना पड़ेगा. और कई बार उसके लिए क्या करना पड़ता है, रीफ्रेजिंग, मतलब जो भी आपके टॉपिक का जो शब्द हैं उनको रीशफल करना पड़ता है इनटू द मीनिंगफुल टर्म, मतलब जिससे आपको समझ में आ जाए कि इसका अर्थ क्या निकल रहा है फ्रॉम एनालिटिकल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. एंड इफ यू कैन डू, अगर बिल्कुल भी नहीं कर पाते हो ये सब, देन अगेन डिस्कस with your colleagues and the guide. मतलब आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम जो है उसको आपको किसी भी तरीके से ये समझ में आ जाना चाहिए कि आपको इस टॉपिक के ऊपर काम करना है, चाहे उसमें आपको शब्दों का तोड़ मोड़ करना पड़े, चाहे आपको उसमें एडिशनल वर्ड्स डालना पड़े, पर वो आपका टॉपिक आपको पूरी तरह से समझ में आना चाहिए. और फिर भी अगर नहीं आता है, देन योर गाइड, योर कोलीग्स आर देयर, तो आप उनसे समझ सकते हैं. The second important point for the research is the survey of the literature. This is very important one. The search of literature pertaining to your topic. आपको जो टॉपिक है उससे पर्टेनिंग आपको लिटरेचर सर्च करना पड़ेगा. बड़ी बड़ी लाइब्रेरीज होती हैं, ऑनलाइन लाइब्रेरीज अवेलेबल होती है, आप वहां से कर सकते हैं. इट मे ऑल्सो, इट मे बी द कंसेप्चुअल भी हो सकती है, देन कंसेप्ट एंड द थ्योरी, और एम्पेरिकल भी हो सकती है ये, कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ द स्टडी मेड अर्लियर विच आर सिमिलर टू द वन प्रपोज, किसी और ने प्रपोज करी है ना, उससे रिलेटेड आपकी थ्योरी भी हो सकती है, तो वो भी आप उसको लिटरेचर में इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं. Means try to get the literature in which your topic work is directly or indirectly quoted. These literature should be from the index journal, the conference proceedings, and the books, etc. Available in very good libraries. Libraries are always there in the cities. You can go there and find your literature. The third one is again very important point, to create a hypothesis. जब भी हम कोई रिसर्च करने जाते हैं तो हमको एक बेस, एक काल्पनिक एक हमको थीम बनानी पड़ती है कि हम ये काम करेंगे तो हमारा रिजल्ट ये निकलेगा, और फिर उसको हमें प्रूव करना होता है. दिस इज नोन एज हाइपोथेसिस. द हाइपोथेसिस शुड बी वेरी स्पेसिफिक. Actually, it is a key point of the topic to be discussed, and it should be written in precise and very clearly defined terms. Okay. The fourth point is the research design, to define the population and the instrumentation. Now, research design, आपने हाइपोथेसिस बना ली, लिटरेचर आपके पास में है, मगर आप अगर कोई चीज का डिजाइन, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल हमारे पास जमीन है, हमको मकान बनाना है, ठीक है, पर अगर हमारे पास डिजाइन नहीं है तो हम कहाँ से शुरू करेंगे? हम हवा में बेडरूम थोड़ी बना देंगे. तो इसी तरह रिसर्च में भी होता है कि जब आपके पास में टॉपिक है, आपने उसका हाइपोथेसिस बना लिया, आपने उसका लिटरेचर देख लिया कि भाई हाँ हमारे टॉपिक के ऊपर ये लिटरेचर है, तो हम उसको डिजाइन करेंगे. और डिजाइन करने का मतलब क्या है? इट रिफर्स टू द कंसेप्चुअल स्ट्रक्चर विद इन which the research would be conducted. Second, it facilitates the research to be efficient as possible, yielding the maximum information. Third, a flexible research design which provides the opportunity for considering many different aspects of the problem. ये प्रॉब्लम्स कौन कौन सी हो सकती हैं? देयर आर सेवरल टाइप्स ऑफ द रिसर्च डिजाइंस. फॉर एग्जांपल एक्सपेरिमेंटल, नॉन एक्सपेरिमेंटल हाइपोथेसिस बेस्ड हो सकती है. एक्सपेरिमेंटल डिजाइन हो सकती है एनिमल बेस्ड स्टडी के ऊपर. ड्रग ट्रायल हो सकती है बिफोर गिविंग ड्रग, आफ्टर गिविंग ड्रग, विदाउट यूजिंग कंट्रोल, विथ यूजिंग कंट्रोल. ये थोड़ी सी स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक हो गई इसमें. रैंडमलाइज डिजाइंस होती है. फिर उसके बाद में यूज ऑफ राइट इंस्ट्रूमेंट, दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द डिजाइन, रिसर्च डिजाइन. विच काइंड ऑफ इंस्ट्रूमेंट, इफ यू बिलोंग टू साइंस फैकल्टी, you will have to choose the correct instrument for your research work. The systematic research design helps in completion of the whole research work, including it will give the reflection of your financial limit, that is the cost factor. कितना आपका इसमें पैसा खर्च होगा, ये भी आप इस research design से निकाल सकते हैं. The fifth point is the data collection. Collection, you can use any method. It is deliberate sampling, the random sampling, systematic sampling, staggered sampling, group sampling, quota sampling, then the area sampling. मतलब आप किसी एरिया में से सैंपल लेना चाहते हैं, कोई ग्रुप में से सैंपल लेना चाहते हैं. आप सिस्टमेटिक सैंपल लेना मतलब आप पहले जो है वो मेल का लेंगे, फिर आप फीमेल्स का लेंगे. इस तरह से ये सैम्पलिंग डाटा कलेक्शन, इट इज डिपेंड्स ऑन अप टू यू कि आप कौन सा मेथड इसमें यूज करते हैं. देन द एनालिसिस. नाउ previously when we were doing the research, we used to do the calculation manually. But nowadays the softwares are available like SPSS 29, 31, 32, it may be more than, in which you can analyze the mean, mode, SZ, t-value, p-value, correlation, coefficient of variation, Mann-Whitney test, analysis of variation, and so many other tests. You can you have to just put your data, MS Excel data on the software, and it will analyze whatever you want. Even the graphical presentation also you can make by this particular software. Then the last point is the discussion. Now, after making all these above points, you will have to discuss your observations. You will have to analyze the data and by the supporting evidences. ये नहीं कि आप जो डेटा आना है उसको आपका सर्वा हो गया. आपको उसका सपोर्टिंग एविडेंस देना पड़ेगा that my observation says this and it is supported by these fellows. So this will be more authentic one. Second one, that by making the conclusion, when your hypothesis fit in it or not, आप जब conclusion लिखते हैं तो आप देखो कि आपकी जो आपने जो ओरिजिनल हाइपोथेसिस जो बनाई है वो प्रूव हो रही है कि नहीं हो रही है. और अगर नहीं प्रूव हो रही है तो डोंट थिंक कि ये गलत हो गया है. It is again one of the observation, it is one of the conclusion that initially we thought that this was our output, but now we are getting at the end this kind of the result. So this is also one of your best finding. So from fifth point and the sixth point, actually the research process starts. Data collection and the data analysis. This is the main key point for the research. Nowadays, the following points are usually used for the research. First we make the abstract. So that is the summary of the topic in the form of synopsis. Then we write the introduction to the topic. Then review of literature, in which we quote the work of different scientists done directly or indirectly as topic. It should be relevant to our topic only. Then the material and method, result and observation, discussion and conclusion, and lastly the bibliography. So the whole methodology you can nowadays which is used by you people is in this format. The material. The fourth point I have written the material and the method. Now, what is the material? Is it the paper? Is it the computer? Is it the matter apart from this? No. It is the material is the material is the matter on which you are going to perform your research. It may be any subject, healthy subject, disease subject, or any animal, any monument, book, blood samples, urine samples, any kind of material which is used during your research comes under the topic that is the material. And the methodology means how these subject samples are properly analyzed, that is known as the methodology. So this is one topic, material and the methods. Methods means होता है कि कौन कौन से इंस्ट्रूमेंट आप कैसे किस तरीके से यूज करेंगे, that is known as the method. So for using methodology for result, the presence of the material is very important. And the methodology is basically out of three types. तीन तरह की methodology होती है. First is the qualitative one. It refers to the collection of the data. It is based on the perception of either any event that took place, or suppose you have to find out that the political candidates, how many political candidates
वॉइस नहीं आती है मैम.
is the alternative to combine best of the
मैम वॉइस क्लियर नहीं आ रही.
आवाज कट रही है मैम. आवाज कट रही है मैम.
आपके नेटवर्क में प्रॉब्लम रही है क्या?
ना
नहीं मैम सब
हाँ
कोई प्रॉब्लम हो रही है सेम.
दिखाई दे
अभी कटने लगी है मैम. हमें भी नहीं आ रही मैम आवाज.
अभी थोड़ा नेटवर्क
आवाज
इश्यू
की
है.
प्रॉब्लम.
नहीं, नेटवर्क इश्यू है, अभी आ जाएगी.
आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
नेटवर्क इश्यू है, अभी आ जाएगी.
यस.
उनकी आवाज नहीं आ रही, बट देखते हैं. विपुल सर, आप अपना करिए.
मैम आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
अभी आ जाएगी.
मैडम से वाईफाई कनेक्ट कर.
सर आपका
आवाज नहीं आ पा रही है सर. कक्षा और कितनी लंबी चलेगी?
कर दिया सर ने? हाँ कर दिया. पिन करो. तो किसकी, ये कौन बोल रहा है? ये वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग कौन है?
जो अपना है.
अपने कोई नहीं होता.
रवि कुमार, आप अपना म्यूट करिए.
यस
हरी आवाज
ज्वाइन हो गया. अब बोलो.
हाँ, वॉइस आ रही है, वो ऑडिबल है.
जी मैम.
ऑडिबल. ठीक.
यस, ऑडिबल.
इसको शॉर्ट कर दे. परसेंटेज कम कर दे स्लाइड पर. हाँ बस. So sorry for the interruption. ये बेटा ये पूरी नहीं आ रही है. मैं हिला दूंगी तो कुछ और गड़बड़ ना हो जाए। हाँ बस 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 थैंक यू। So I was talking about the data collection. The data collection is very important one. It could be from by simply observing the things. Then by doing the survey, आप survey कर सकते हो. By taking the interview from the person, it could be done on the particular focus group like community based. Then it could be experimental. अगर आप animal के ऊपर करना चाहते हैं तो इथिक्स फॉलो करने पड़ेंगे और फिर एनिमल के ऊपर कर सकते हैं। इसी तरह से ह्यूमन बीइंग के लिए भी करने पर आपको इथिक्स फॉलो करने पड़ेंगे। इट कुड बी सेकेंडरी डाटा एनालिसिस, मतलब किसी और का डेटा को अपने डेटा से मैच करके उसका एनालिसिस करना। एंड द मिक्स मेथड, any of the method you can by taking the interview and the survey, by taking the interview and the observation, you can combine any of the method. These methodology vary from one project to the another. Now these are very important point. Measuring objective, that is the collection of the data, should be very proper. The data collection process should be very proper, very accurate one. The recommended survey, जो भी आपको जो गाइड जो आपको सर्वे करने के लिए कहते हैं वो बिल्कुल प्रॉपर होना चाहिए। एंड देन अकॉर्डिंगली यू कैन मेक द कंक्लूजन आफ्टर कलेक्टिंग द ऑल डेटा। Research methodology are generally taken as the analytical tool of the research, and the research methodology is the way to systematically solve the research problem, and it is necessary for a researcher to know not only the research method, techniques, but also the methodology. Apart from the method, the researcher should know about how to analyze the data, that is the calculation of the mean, mode, SD, p-value, t-value, chi-square test, Mann-Whitney test, and so many other statistical methods which helps for the completion of the research. For example, architect helps in calculation, all these tool in calculation of the location of the door, window, ventilator, etc. In the science field, we use these methods for calculating the mean, mode, and the t-value for the significant change, if any, present in the material. The scientist has to give the outcome of the study before starting the research. He has to specify clearly why he has chosen this material, how they will be handled, etc., as per your ethics. So we can say that the research methodology is wider than the research method, because the methodology usually explains why the research study has been taken, how the research problem has been defined, in which way and why the hypothesis has been formulated, how the data is collected, and which method has been adopted, why a particular technique of the data analyzing has been used, and so many other questions regarding the instrumentation. Also they can ask any type of the question, why you have used the ELISA reader, why you have used this XRD machine for this year, why you have used the colorimeter, why don't you use the spectrophotometer, like any kind of the question anybody can ask to the researcher. So this is all comes in the research methodology. ये सारी चीजों के आंसर आप लोगों को पता होना चाहिए. And the lastly, which is the very important one, is the bibliography. The bibliography, sometimes your work is very good and your thesis is rejected only because you have not prepared the bibliography properly. There are so many ways to write the bibliography. The one very common way is the Vancouver method, in which we first write the name of the scientist, then we name of the article, then we put the name of the scientist, then the year, then the volume number, and so on. सिस्टमेटाइज वे में आपको बिब्लियोग्राफी लिखनी होती है, और अगर वो आप फॉलो नहीं करते हैं तो आपकी थीसिस भी रिजेक्ट हो सकती है. सो दीज आर, I have explained each and everything about the methodology in the detail, how the topic is selected, how it is the hypothesis is prepared, how the data collection is made, how the data analysis is done, then what kind of the question and answer you may be asked during the your research or interview while you are taking from the human, matlab your material subject, jo bhi. And lastly, how to prepare the bibliography. So these are all the detailed aspect of the research methodology, but we can ourselves categorize the research, whether it is a good research or it is a so-so type. You can yourself do. So you have to follow for this. If your research is clearly defined and prove your criteria of hypothesis of the research, your research is good. Whether your research is useful for community, yeah, if yes, then it is good. Your method, instrument, result should be accurate, not as the false positive or the false negative. Then also your research outcome is very good. Then find out the plagiarism. This is again a very important. Plagiarism itself, find the defects in your thesis. So it should be minimum. And if all points fulfilled, then you can say, yes, my research is good. Okay. So lastly, I wish you all very best of luck for, and you will get the so many research methodology and the other things, subjective things. So I wish to pay my sincere thanks to the organizer of this course work, and thanks to you also for the patience listening. Thank you. Thank you. Jai. अच्छा, कुछ queries हैं? If
Thank you,
any
ma'am.
queries, please let me know.
कोई क्वेरी है तो मैम से वो आस्क कर सकता है।
कैसे मैं सुनाई वो तो सुन
मैम ये पीडीएफ हिंदी
वो आपको यूट्यूब चैनल पे मिलेगी। रिसर्च का यूट्यूब चैनल बनाया है हमने, तो रोज की वीडियो रोज उस चैनल पे डाउनलोड हो जाएगी।
रिसर्च मटेरियल से रिलेटेड जो भी क्वेरीज है वो सब रिसर्च चैनल पे मिलेगी। आप
लंच हो रहा है क्या सर? लंच है क्या इस टाइम?
हेलो, गुड आफ्टरनून।
सर रिसर्च चैनल का लिंक आप ग्रुप में प्रोवाइड करा दीजिएगा ना।
हाँ सर, करा देंगे।
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words and blessings.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your thought-provoking lecture. I hope students will definitely follow these steps or the process you shared in your lecture and get benefit from the points discussed by you. Thank you very much, madam.
स्टॉप शेयरिंग कर देती हूँ। ये लो, ये आपके, उसके लिए मैंने बना दिए थे।
मैम का म्यूट करो।
क्या हो सर? क्या बोलोगे?
ये भी सेशन हम देख रहे।
ठीक है।
अब हमारे साथ में हमारे कीनोट स्पीकर प्रोफेसर वीरेंद्र सिंह जी, हेड डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग एंड कंप्यूटर साइंस एंड इंजीनियरिंग फ्रॉम इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी बॉम्बे, जल्दी ज्वाइन करेंगे। और कीनोट स्पीकर के बाद में वोट ऑफ थैंक्स के बाद आज के कार्यक्रम का समापन हो जाएगा। तो जल्दी हमारे साथ कीनोट स्पीकर ऑनलाइन जुड़ेंगे।
Hello. Hello.
थैंक यू सर।
Am I audible?
स्वागत है सर पीएचडी कोर्स पर 2024 में यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कोटा की तरफ से सर आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत किया। आप अपने बिजी शेड्यूल में आपने समय निकाला और हमारे शोधार्थियों के लिए आप अपना नॉलेज है वो शेयर करेंगे। और सर के बारे में मैं थोड़ा सा ब्रीफ कर देता हूँ स्टूडेंट्स को।
सर को पिन कर दीजिए कृष्णा।
हाँ मैम, कर दिया मैम।
करो पिन करो।
हाँ ठीक है।
Sir is Professor Virendra Singh obtained his PhD in computer science from Nara Institute of Science and Technology, Japan, and he is currently serving as a faculty member at IIT Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, and jointly with the Department of Engineering and the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. And before joining the IIT Bombay, he served as a faculty member at Supercomputer Education and Research Center, currently Computational and Data Science Department, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, in the duration of 2007 to 2011. And he also served at the Central Electronics Engineering Research Institute, Sri Pilani, as a scientist from 1997 to 2007. And his research interests are cybersecurity, cyber physical cognitive systems, trustworthy AI, formal verification, and high performance computer architecture. And he has published more than 195 research papers in various reputed journals at international and national level, and he is the convener of India-Japan Joint Research Hub on Trustable Cyber Physical Cognitive Systems, and his current research focus is towards development of AI-powered adaptive cyber defense system, and he is leading a major project on development of AI-powered adaptive cyber defense systems that is funded by Government of India. मैं सर के बारे में क्या कहूँ सर, तो ज्ञान के पुंज है। मैं बिना विलंब लिए सर को आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगा कि सर आप हमारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं, उनको रिसर्च है, उसका रोल ऑफ रिसर्च इन सोसाइटी एंड जर्नी ऑफ ए रिसर्चर के बारे में सर आप उनको नॉलेज शेयर करें प्लीज सर।
Thank you. Just let me share my presentation. It seems it is not sharing. Um, and thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
आप
sir.
audible हैं, sir.
And slides are visible.
Yes, sir. Sir, your slides. Now your
Yes,
slides
sir.
are visible. Yes, sir.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank University of Kota and the faculty member. Hello.
Visible नहीं है, sir. Slides visible नहीं है, sir.
नहीं है?
Sir, there is some network issue. It is stating that because of your network problem, slides are not visible.
It is visible now, sir.
Okay, thank you.
विजिबल है सर, विजिबल है।
Okay, okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir, it's visible.
Okay. So let me do in full. So I guess it should be visible. Okay. So thank you. Thank you for inviting me for this talk. I'm thankful to Professor Reena for arranging this beautiful interaction with the researchers which have joined Kota University for, I think, this academic year. And I was told that they are the first year students who are likely to spend their next 3-4 years in doing research. And maybe the here idea was to talk about that what the role of research has in the society building up, and then how we can say, sorry, how we can what is the journey of a researcher when you go through your research life when you staying in the campus or in the university. So so I will take you through the diverse area in this topic, that what first we'll discuss about that what is the research contribution or role we have in the society building up. And then further we will discuss that what is the education, what is the research, and how the journey of a researcher goes on. I apologize upfront because I came from a very specific discipline of computer engineering, and therefore many of my examples will be much more influenced by in general engineering or engineering and science. But of course I will keep you telling that the humanity is the center of everything, be it a science, be it research, engineering, or so therefore humanity is much more important than the other disciplines. And all the examples will touch upon in some way the humanity, and that's where the role of society comes. Here, I work with IIT Bombay, with Department of Computer Science and Engineering, and adjunct professor at couple of places like St. Petersburg, Polytechnic University, IIT Jodhpur, IIT Jammu, MNIT, and NIT Sikkim. And I had opportunity to teach Professor Reena in my early career, and that's from where we have very long association with Professor Reena, maybe almost last 30 years or close to 30 years. Here in IIT Bombay, we have a large group of researchers, maybe about 50 researchers working with me on different aspects in computer science and electrical engineering. So we have 3 different labs, dependable systems and computer architecture lab, information system security lab, and cyber physical cognitive systems lab. I hope my slides are changing. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So so this is a large group, and we are like here working in diverse areas of information systems. So security, trusted system, and vulnerability analysis, And recently we got a center for research on security of futuristic technology like artificial intelligence, augmented reality, virtual reality, and so on and so forth. So this is the diverse portfolio from where I belong to, and you may see some flavor of all these things in my examples, but for which I perhaps apologize because it may be biased towards one of the disciplines. So, first thing is the role of research in the society, and for that, one need to understand the society, how the evolution of society has happened. Society, I mean, if you look at, say, 20,000 years ago, it was like a society of hunters and gatherers. People were moving here and there. They just like cater their need of food, and wherever they get, then they get food, they keep on going along like the journey of a typical animal that we have on this planet. Then over the years, people started to learn that here how to grow the food grain. And once they learned, in that case, they started to settle near to the river banks, wherein you have enough water for your own need, and then they to cultivate some food grain. And therefore, the society had evolved into a agrarian society from the hunters and gatherers society. So hunters gatherer society today we call as society 1.0. Then we graduated to the agrarian society, and that society is referred as society 2.0. And this history of agrarian society is almost like 15,000 years. Then nothing much big has happened. Of course, all this society is evolved, but not a very big jump had happened. Society continue to stay as agrarian society. More and more settlements have happened along the banks of the rivers, and many civilizations have developed. We had our Mohenjo-daro, Harappa civilization, that is Sindhu Valley civilization. Then around like here, say 200, 300 years ago, we invented steam engine, and steam engine was a big source of transforming the society or evolving society to the next generation society that we call as society 3.0, which we also refer as industrial society, wherein now people started to move from one place to another place, as well as they started to establish smaller or heavy industry. And therefore the settlement, the urbanization has started. People started to move the places wherein there were industries, and therefore the urban towns were developed. And society became like a industrial society, wherein the life was all around the industry. Lot of people were working in the industry, and then that industry came in the culture of the society. Again, for 200, 300 years, nothing big has happened. But in the last century, maybe early in the last century, people started to feel the need of something which can do some kind of computation. Maybe one can think that it might have been started with like calculating some of the things. And the big focus on the development of computer came around, say, Second World War. Second World War, of course, it was a world war, and always world wars or any war has all negative impacts. But unfortunately, technological development happens at faster pace in such kind of such difficult times, and computer is one of the example of that. So during the World War, one can perhaps think that why we needed computer in place of developing the guns or cannons. There were definite reasons. One was the communication that Germans were doing in encoded way, and therefore one need to decode that communication and can figure out their strategy. So that was one wherein you need humongous computing facility. Another thing was that when somebody was firing a gun or cannon, I mean, that was very long range guns they had, maybe 20-25 miles. And then the trajectory was very much influenced by the wind velocity, and therefore to compute the trajectory, you need to develop the lookup tables, and for that you need a computing facility. So these are the things which helped in developing the computers. Eventually, so computer was, of course, many of the projects started in early last century, but none of them were completed during the World War, or all the projects were completed after that. But of course, this was developed during the wartime. However, the society benefited a lot, and society now started to become dependent on the information processing, and therefore society became or evolved to society 4.0, which is also referred as information society. So it's the development of computer. Eventually in 70s, American defense, they have developed the way of communication between a computer to another computer. Although the wired or wireless communication technology was well developed before that. This was one of the needs. I don't want to go in those details because that was another wartime need Americans had. And because of that, they had developed the internet technology. Now, computer technology amalgamated with the internet technology made the society as information society. And today, if one cannot imagine that you can live without any electronic gadget or computing gadget for whole day, morning to evening. Most of the people have habit of like watching their WhatsApp message or say email, etc. in every few minutes or few seconds. So this become integral part of our daily life, right? That says that here really we are in the information society, because for every point we need some information, and for some information I need some gadgets which can deliver you the information or process the information. That was society 4.0. Now in this century, now we are going to the another transformation of the society, and that we call as society 5.0, which is also referred as super smart society. Now what super smart society is, I'm coming to this point in a minute. So this whole evolution of society is fueled by the heavily fueled by the technology development, and technology development is supported by the research innovation in in those respective fields. So now the society, the industry started to play a big role when we migrated to society 3.0, that's industrial society. So first industrial revolution started with the light industries. Then the second industrial revolution brought in the heavy and chemical industries, wherein we did lot of chemical processing, and then the lot of large industries started to be to set up across the world. Third industrial revolution came with the, as I said, the invention of computer and internet technology. And now we are in at the almost like in the fourth industrial revolution era, where in the primary technology which is fueling to say migrate to society 5.0 is digital transformation, artificial intelligence, IoT, blockchain technology. All these technologies are supporting to us to migrate to society 5.0, which we also refer as super smart society. And one of the important thing here is the cyber physical systems and automation. everything that we want to automate. So that means here there should be as less human intervention as possible in driving everything. Cyber physical systems are the systems wherein there are some moving parts and then there are some controlling parts which can control those systems. So this is the natural progress. So society 5.0, which is dependent on industry 4.0, and then the key technology for that is cyber physical system or artificial intelligence. Everybody is getting benefit of that. Here we have some, or it is a notion of connected world. You make any decision based on the network, because not only your own information, but you gather information from different places and make the right decision. It empowered the society with the organized information. Now, rather than so that was the society, in the industry 4.0. Again, now we are almost like here at the verge of migrating to the new industrial revolution, and that we call as industry 5.0. And industry 5.0 is really a key technology behind society 5.0. So if society 5.0 becomes successful, that means here we really migrate or really become a super smart society. Industry 5.0 has to be a reality. And so in industry 5.0, what did we do is we brought back the human in the loop. In industry 4.0, we had a whole lot of effort in making sure things as automatic as possible so that we can take out the human from the loop. However, in industry 5.0, we brought back human and then develop the procedures that how we can assist each other. Human has natural intelligence. In machines, we are building up the artificial intelligence, and how these two can work synergistically. And then now, in place of going for the mass generalization, we are going towards the mass customization. For example, tomorrow if you go to the doctor, today if you go to the doctor, the doctor diagnose your disease and then try to prescribe you a generic medicine. Generic medicine is a generic that is effective for almost every person, but may not be equally effective to every person. And therefore, now to make it effective, what I need to do, I need to find out that which medicine is most effective for me, which medicine is most effective for the other person, and doctor is supposed to prescribe the most effective medicine that is there for me. And effective means here it can cure fast, as well as it should have least side effect that one medicine can have. And therefore now we are going towards the customization, that when you go to a medical doctor, medical doctor is not supposed to prescribe you now a generic medicine, but then doctor needs to prescribe you a very customized medicine which can be the most effective on your body. For that you need you need many other informations. Those might be your DNA sequencing, maybe your history and all these things, and they wherein your the compute facility or facilitate. So you go to the doctor can look at that here which medicine suits you the most and should prescribe. So now we are going towards the mass customization. That is one of the key aspect of this. So that we should be towards the mass customization. Then so far we have developed the cyber physical systems which were like have some say moving part, and then some electronic or computing part that can control that. For example, in a car we have so many systems like a fuel injection, braking system, the say tire pressure reading, or there are so many many systems that we have, and all are controlled by your computing system, right? Now all these systems are likely are also likely to get the learning ability, and because of that learning ability, they will become the cyber physical cognitive systems. So now we are moving towards the mass customization and cyber physical cognitive systems. With this, here we enter into a super smart society that gives us like a super or a super smart world, wherein we can have a smart city. In a smart city, you have a smart transport system, smart healthcare, smart education system, smart power delivery network. All these kind of things we can envision. Like for example, this is a smart home in a smart world or a smart city, wherein you enter into the house. You just it should recognize you that you are the legitimate owner of the house. The doors should open automatically. You go and sit at some place. Your air conditioner should identify you that where you are sitting, and can give you the very focused cooling. Your speaker the entire system should be customized for you. It should sense your mood, and based on your mood, maybe television can run some program, maybe news, or maybe music, or maybe movie. And then all these audio system speakers, etc., most focus towards you, right? And then when you want to go out, in that case, when you move out, it should open the garage automatically. Car should come out of the garage automatically, and then you sit into the car in car and move from there, right? Similar way, the transport. I mean, today the transport helps you to provide mobility, to move from one place to another place. However, still there is a human in the loop. Then that means, yeah, some of our pain we are transferring to that human. And therefore now in future, and not in future, it's a reality now. We have autonomous cars, and these autonomous cars, you just sit into that, tell that where you want to go. It will find out the optimal path and drive you to that place without any burden. So makes our life easier and easier. The power delivery network, we have many kind of power supplies available from the renewable sources or non-renewable sources. It can give you the nice blend of renewable and non-renewable sources, and then can provide the connectivity. So this is how there is a progression of the society, as well as the progression of the society, which was fueled by the revolution in the industry. And therefore the industrial innovation has played a key role in the evolution or development of society, right? So I mean, now we cannot say that they are apart each other. They are very much connected to each other. With this all these development, we can see that here today life of today is much different from the life that people say old people might have seen in their childhood, or maybe if you go 50-60 years back, maybe around the time when we got independence, life was very different. And all these things have been say supported by the development of technology. Despite all these development, we have seen that in last couple of years a small virus hits, and then brought this entire civility on grounding halt, so that there was no movement. Everything was in halting condition. A small virus, this can say that vulnerability of our technological development. There were many viruses which came in the past, maybe almost a century ago. Spanish flu came, and that had infected almost like a half a billion people, and 50 million people died. And today we have, I mean, this is a bit older data, but almost like a 6 million people died due to corona, and a large number of people have been infected by this one. It's not only the human which is prone to such kind of viruses. The technology is also prone to similar kind of things, like a biological virus. We can have a computer virus, and the computer virus can do the similar kind of damage that has been done by a coronavirus to the humanity. So they have pretty much similar kind of nature. The biology, that they are parasites. They can go in invisible phase so that nobody can detect it. They can be mutated. They can have the self defense ability. And because of all these things, like here, our technology, what I've seen is very embarrassing situation. Maybe in early last year, you might have heard this attack on AIMS servers, wherein the entire computing system of AIMS Delhi became dysfunctional, and it was not working for almost like the 10 days, and everywhere there was a chaos because of this, as we became too much dependent on the technology. We are having the innovative way, like your artificial intelligence, and the autonomous vehicle, and these kind of technologies are fueled by the artificial intelligence. When you bring artificial intelligence, it makes its own decision. When it makes its own decision, in that case, the situation comes that something can go wrong. Human can learn wrong, and machine can also learn wrong, and it can make a wrong decision. So how you can defend from that learning something wrong? It become more vulnerable. Human can be in contact of 1%, 2%, 3%, but the machines can be in contact with say countless number of systems, and any machine can make it to learn wrong things. So that's a big danger, or much bigger danger than the human being. And many of the ethical issues that came because of the use of artificial intelligence even in today's autonomous vehicles. Many of, I mean, technology, a lot of technological issues have been already solved. However, there are so many ethical and ethical or legal issues are still left. For example, when I drive a car, in that case, I drive car and make a decision when some situation occurs, and whatever I can think of to the best of my mind, I will make a decision. However, the machine has to make a decision based on its prior learning, and that is little bit more deterministic than human one. And therefore, when somebody is programming, those kind of machines have to think about those issues. For example, if brake of a vehicle fails, and then I have no choice other than either hitting to a wall, or hitting to a person who is young, hitting to a person who is old. So out of these three situations, what decision I should take? When I'm driving myself, in that case, from the best of my mind, I take one decision. Maybe if somebody is very kind person, perhaps may hit a wall and then can kill himself or herself rather than killing someone else, right? But then now, if it is autonomous vehicle, in that case, it is the technology who has to make a decision that was supported by the researchers who have programmed it earlier. So that now maybe one can make a decision that it should hit a wall, or it should hit a young boy, or it should hit a old person. So these are the kind of ethical issues that pop up along with the development in the technology. So technology and this one are maybe are not very far from each other. This is one of the example that says that how the dependence on technology is going on. A couple of years ago, I think during October 2020, one day there was an attack on our power grid, and then there was no power supply in entire Mumbai for a day. Everything was on halt, and this was like attributed to the cyber sabotage that somebody from outside might have intrude inside the system and then have brought down the entire grid. Couple of I mean, last year there was a power or gas outage in US, and that company had to pay for about, I mean, official figure says that about $4.5 million as a ransom to hackers to get that gas pipeline functional, and that was only the electronic system that they had hacked. In this regard, the government of India has brought in released national cyber security strategies to deal with such kind of disruption in the technology. So these are, I mean, this is the scenario today, that society has evolved from the say hunters and gatherers society all the way to the super smart society, and that is fueled by the innovation that we have done in the society over the years. Now let's look at more say depth. This is I think there is some noise from some mics. Am I audible or?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Yes,
You
sir,
are
you are.
audible.
please mute your
Yes,
mic
sir.
if you are not speaking. So now come to the key point. The innovation is the key to develop the society, and one of the key thing for that is education. Now the question is why we should, I mean, what is the meaning of education? This is beautifully defined by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. He says education means enabling the mind to find out the ultimate truth. Very important. Enabling the mind to find out ultimate truth, which emancipates us from the bondage of dust. That dust we have everywhere about the why we are, and gives us wealth of not things but the inner light or enlightenment. So not the power but of love. It is a process of enlightenment. Very, very beautifully worded definition Gurudev had. This, so it is a divine wealth. It helps in realization of truth. That's what is the ultimate motive of the education, for which we go to the school, we go to the college, we go to the university and try to get enlightened. And by the end of the education, one should get that. So this is all about the intellectual development of human being as well as the intellectual development of the society. So the development of intellectual development simply means the development of our imagination, creative free thinking, which is very important, that it should have a creativity, have free thinking, curiosity about the things, and alertness of our mind. This is a philosophical definition of education, and one should aspire to fulfill this as much as we can. And all of us who are in the field of education are aspiring to do that. Of course, education doesn't finish after finishing the university degree. It goes on lifelong. All of us are learning lifelong. So all of us are, whether we are doing some work, we are a professor, doctor, engineer, anyone, we are lifelong students and we should act like that. So the ultimate motive is to make a good human being. That is the ultimate aim of the education. Now, there is a functional definition of the education, and I'll come to that point. And ultimately, over the years, we got into the functional definition of education. Still, that is relevant. Now, in US, at least, the reference that I have, US started to have compulsory education sometimes, like here in 1870. That is the earliest reference that I can see. The Foster's Education Act came in US in 1870, which is I think one of the earliest reference that say that your education must be compulsory. Every child should be educated. So that brought in the state responsibility for education of kids from the 5 to 10 years. So at least they should have some sort of education. This act became the functional, made education compulsory for 5 to 10 year old students. What they were aspiring for this? They were aspiring to create more skills in the workforce. So this is the functional way of use of education. Education in philosophical sense is much different from this. It was to make you much more intellectual. It has nothing doing with the skill. Improve the effectiveness of the armies that those were there around that time, because we were forced to or always were in the wars. This research socialization of feckless poor, this reduce this was the aim. I mean, if you educate people, in that case here, crime on the streets would also would reduce. Ward of the threats of the revolution because of the education. The people started to think about, and it provides the education as a human right. So everybody was supposed to get that. So the functional view of education brings in the socialization into the core values. That means your equality of opportunity to everyone, skill provision needed in the modern industrial society, because by that time, as I said, we were already in the industrial society, and therefore you need more and more skillful people for the industry. And role allocation, right, like here the right type of student for right type of job. So if you are educating, you can find out that who has what kind of role, education, and then you can allocate that kind of role. If somebody is good in computers, can go become computer. If somebody is good in say biological sciences, in that case can become a doctor or can become a researcher. If somebody is good say intellectual thinker, can become philosopher, and so on and so forth. Another thing is, like as I said, it's not, the education is one. The science and technology also played a role. And here I want to bring in the engineering, just to establish the relationship of the engineering with science and humanity. And that's where I like this definition. So if you look at the second definition of engineering, that is given by ABET, Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology in US, it says it is the profession in which knowledge of mathematical and natural science Keep in mind, knowledge of mathematical and natural science gained by study, either through the study in the college or university, experience out of your experience, or the practice, are applied with judgment. Very, very important thing that this should be knowledge of mathematics and natural science, that we have to apply with judgment. Very important thing. To develop ways to utilize economically the material, and very important thing, forces the nature for the benefit of mankind, or in my view, I mean, in their original definition, this is mankind, but in my view, this should have been living being. So it forces the natural world for the benefit of living being. So every living being should be benefited. Therefore, the society is the central key part of the engineering, which is highly dependent on the knowledge that we acquire by through the mathematics and natural science. So it integrates everything, and application with judgment is very, very important. So now, if the someone is engineer, can help the society by through the design, manufacturing, research, development, management, logistics. So engineers are mostly the problem solvers who make things works better, more efficient, quicker, and cheaper. So, I mean, this is always the aspiration of engineer, that they want to produce something which doesn't or which costs negligible money, so that anyone in the world can buy that particular gadget, and that can make the life of human being much better than we have now. Without the engineers, I mean, this is a cartoon, can say that without a engineer, we could have had breeze like this. You have one ship here and there, and then people, this slide ruler could have been a worked as laptop. Maybe it says that our life has been improved a lot. The the iPad could have been looked like this one. Say conference call, or something could have been like this. So I mean, this is just a fun part. Now, if I look at some basic definitions, wherein I can distinguish science and technology, engineering, mathematics. As I said, the humanity, or society is the key part, and the in engineering or technology we are developing just for the benefit of the society. Now, what is the definite difference between these terminologies: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics? See, in all these science and technology, engineering, science seeks or tries to understand the natural world, that how natural world works. It doesn't do new things, but it understands that how the natural world works. Like, for example, Newton. I mean, we all of us have learned the that Apple fall, and Newton developed the gravitational theory. Of course, the Newton did not develop the gravitational theory. Gravitation was known before Newton. This was just like a story cooked up to improve the curiosity of people. The gravitation was known before. The only thing that Newton had done was he established that the gravitational force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the two masses, or two objects. So, but that gravitation was existing before Newton, gravitation exists after Newton. Only thing is, Newton had modeled the system, or this phenomena, so that can help us understanding that how these bodies are connected to each other, and how this entire universe is working. Technology, on the other side, is the innovation, change, or modification in the natural environment in order to satisfy perceived human wants and needs. So this, like doing the innovation that can modify the natural environment. So it modifies it. That doesn't only study it, it modifies the world so that human wants and needs can be satisfied. So goal of technology is is to make modification in the world to meet human needs. So maybe I mean all definitions are from the different sources, but ultimately these are almost one and the same thing. Like see, many centuries ago, if you would have seen the sky, in that case, sky would have been very black in the night, and you could see only the moon in the night. However, today, if you see in that case, you will see more light on Mother Earth than the sky. And that's like the modification of the natural world. I mean, all the activity of human being was controlled by the sunrise and sunset earlier, because that was the providing us the natural light. Now we have created artificial light, and therefore now our activities are no longer governed by the sunrise and sunset. This is one of the great example of cloning of a sheep. Earlier, the birth was like say considered as a good gift. Now it has like I mean has changed that might. This is a artificial silk. Silk is produced from, I mean, using a silk worm, and then worm has to give up its life to produce that beautiful silk which all of us enjoy or would like to enjoy. However, that is coming on the cost of a life. On the contrary, now the artificial silk is produced artificially without sacrifice of a life, right? So this is the what technology is bringing in. So technology here is the change in the natural world. Engineering here, I said, is bringing little bit more formalism in this. So it says that this is like a use of knowledge of mathematics and natural science applied with the judgment to force the nature for the benefit of human being. But here there is a contribution of mathematics and science. Now, what is the meaning of judgment that we discussed earlier as well? Like, for example, the nuclear energy can be used to power the cities and cities altogether, right? That is the technology that we are developing, and that can do the good for the human society. However, the same technology can be used to destroy a society, and it has world has seen that the drop of nuclear bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Believe me, I have visited that museum. I have seen Hiroshima and Nagasaki cities. It was devastating. I mean, you cannot even stay half an hour inside that museum seeing that horrible pictures. So we this is where the humanity comes into picture when we are developing a technology that help us moving migrating from society development from one level to the another level. Mathematics is, on the contrary, is the study of pattern or relationship. So this is the science of numbers and their operations, interrelationship, combinations, generalization, abstraction. So generalization and abstractions are the key thing in this, and the space configuration and their structure, measurement, transformations, and the generalization. So if I compare science and technology, in that case, science deals with the natural world. However, technology deals with the how human modify or change the natural world. Science is very concerned about what exists in the nature, whereas the technology is concerned about what can be or what should be altered in the natural world so that it can satisfy the need of human. So science is concerned with the processes that seek out the meaning of natural world through the inquiry or discovery, whereas the technology is concerned with such processes that use to alter the natural world through the invention, innovation, practical problem solving, design, etc., etc. So the between the technology and science, we have a common denominator, which is natural world. Both are operating on the natural world. They are in, so that is the common denominator. They have some similarity, but then they are also different. And till maybe yesterday people were calling technology is applied science. However, today technology is not anymore applied science, but this sometimes now people started to refer that as a science is a applied technology, because you cannot have very sophisticated say discovery in science without the help of the sophisticated technology that we have. And CERN in Geneva is one of the good example wherein the whole lot of sophisticated technology is involved in bringing in discovery in science. There are like over the centuries, there were a development in technology along with the science. I mean, that goes like all the way back. I mean, 1,000 years before Christ. Like Archimedes introduced mathematics. Greeks developed the manufacturing technology. Swords were produced, so that means people learned how to extract the iron from the iron ore. That was one of the earliest discovery. I'm not going into these details. In say about 1,000 years ago, Chinese have developed the further mathematics, and this is the beautiful work that says 9 chapters on mathematical art, and they have proved so many theorems related to the circle and triangle. They have developed the cotton technology, gunpowder technology, silk technology around that era. Maybe I don't go in all these details, like a development of telescope, development of the industries, development of loco engine, the development of telegraph, telephone. So this was a telegraph instrument which was developed to transfer the messages long distance, which is like a phased out a couple of years ago in India. We had the Graham Bell developed the telephone system. Edison developed the bulb. All these were and the Daimler developed the gasoline-based engine, and Benz developed the first car. So this is the Mr. Benz and Mrs. Benz sitting in the first car ever developed by this world. So then the airplane, and there are so I mean innovations that have happened in the society. So now, I mean, to give you a glimpse that how the engineering or science can help in targeting a social problem and then converting that into a technology. Like here, one of the need for human is to provide the mobility so that people can move from one place to another place. Initially, people, I mean, this was like a just invention of wheel. After that, people started to say use this handheld rickshaw. This was there in Kolkata a couple of years ago. Now I think it is phased out. But here the pain of one person is simply transferred to the another person. Eventually, people started to transfer this pain from people to the animals, and now you can have this animal carts wherein you can carry people. However, now we have developed this kind of vehicles wherein so this is a big innovation, that somebody bring in some engine, some chassis, some transmission system, and develop this vehicle. This is a beautiful example of technology development. Although the person who had developed this technology had no idea about the science, no idea about the thermodynamics. However, they had developed this kind of technology which can help human. I mean, help in moving the society. So this is further example of optimizing this. But today we want to have this kind of car, and this car is a say example wherein one cannot like simply use the experience and develop this. You need to have lot of research in the field of that is like based on the research in field of science. One should understand the thermodynamics well, and then can understand eventually understand that how to construct the system. Similar way, the locos were developed earlier as a technology. Now we have sophisticated trains, and these trains can be built using the solid foundation of research in science. And so similar kind of challenge was the shelter. People earlier have developed the technology, built these houses, and then have these kind of shelter. But today we have this kind of buildings. Perhaps everybody would like to have that, but you need to have solid research in this. Now, if you are weak in that, then this can happen. This was a one building constructed in Shanghai, and because of the problem with the design of foundation, this building was collapsed. Not collapsed; it was toppled. Right. So, complete building was toppled. Of course, it was not occupied, so therefore nobody died in this. But here this is the issue. Maybe I can skip some part. So now this brings us like here how the technology development has paved the road of evolution of society 5.0. So now come to the core research. So we discussed the role of research. I mean role of say development of technology and development of society. We discussed that what should be the education one should aspire for, philosophical aspect, functional aspect of education, and now we look at let's understand the research. So research, why something is research is important. Today there is little difference in the research, the way we do the research in the area of humanities, in the area of science, in the area of management, in the area of say technology. But now here one important aspect is uh, the if we want to survive in this world, we have to innovate something. Without developing newer technology, we cannot survive in the world. So you need to run as far, I mean, twice as fast as to remain at the same place, because the world is moving ahead, and therefore that for that you need to have hard or some technical skills, as well as you need to have some soft skills which are helpful for almost everything, that will have a leadership quality, motivation, emotional maturity, communication, etc., etc. And I mean always one should be eager to acquire new skills. So quick self learning is enhanced by significantly by doing the research, because everybody has the eagerness to acquire the or to have the new learning. So now, I mean, is this the main reason why people do the research? And I'll come to this point with some of the examples. By the way, how much time I have? Is it okay to have 15 more minutes? Hello.
Yes, sir, you can.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we can.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes,
so,
sir.
so let's go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
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 sir.
sir.
Yes,
Very good.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Will this
sir.
group add some time?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. बच्चे आ रहे हैं
Yes,
जी
sir.
सर।
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir.
Yes, sir. Sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
म्यूट कर लें
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
शांति से पढ़िए।
स्टूडेंट
कोई बात नहीं, लिख के निकल लो।
Yes, sir.
लिख के
Yes, sir.
निकल के नजरों के सामने टांग देना।
Yes, sir.
सभी लकवी है ना?
Yes, sir.
यस सर। अब मुझे अब हमने दो बुक पढ़ी। अब इंग्लिश में तो कुछ भी आइडिया नहीं है, लेकिन पढ़ने के बाद तो बहुत आइडिया आया।
Yes, sir.
What is yes, sir?
हाँ, तो वही तो जरूरी है ना। अभी तो हम नहीं पढ़ रहे ना प्रोफेसर।
ओम प्रकाश जी अपने आप को म्यूट कर दीजिए ओम प्रकाश जी
यस सर।
अपने आप को म्यूट कर लीजिए
सर अभी आप और लेक्चर लेक्चर
Okay, so shall I go ahead now? Okay, so now what do we do in research?
So one question.
Yes.
Sir, this is a wonderful presentation by you, but are you going to tell us how to use SPSS?
SPSS mean what?
Because I don't know how to. Yes.
It will be a separate class.
There will be a separate section on SPSS.
All right, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
What is SPSS?
Sir, SPSS is a statistical program for social sciences. It is a software which supports social sciences research, sir. We'll have different sessions for that.
No, I'm not.
Voice not clear, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Query must be on the relevant topic.
Yes, sir. You please may continue.
Okay, just a minute.
आप पे तो नहीं आएगी, सब पे आएगी, जो भी बच्चा नहीं है।
Nikita Vijay.
Yeah. Okay, so shall I continue now? Now, what do we do in research? So when we are in search of research, right, the thing that we look at is we observe some phenomena which do not have any explanation. Doesn't matter whether it's a social science or it is a pure science or it is applied science like engineering or medicine. So that means there are some puzzles and some mysteries that you are puzzled with. You have seen the phenomena and you are not really satisfied with some of the explanations. Those are there or there are no explanation, and you are in search to find that here what can be the cause of those phenomena. So lacunae in the known theory or practice. So you have some theory people have developed, but then seems that there are some void in between, and you want to fill those voids. That how I can fill those voids to have the better understanding or better methods we develop. I mean, you can have some kind of innovative ideas that can fill or that can come up with the different explanation for that. Innovative ideas waiting for new applications. So there is some in innovative idea somebody has proposed that is already there in the world, But then there are, I mean, you bring in some new applications wherein that innovative idea can be used. So, like here, you can discovery of new puzzle. You can have mysteries and some more lacunae that you can figure out. So, all these kind of things you search when you want to do research. Now, if I look at the that what is the essence of research, what we call as research. If I build a device, in that case, is it a research? Perhaps it's not. If it is being done by the known method, in that case it's not research. If it that device kind of device that I want that it should give some characteristic, if that is not there, in that case that is research. So all the time it is not research. Writing a software, is it a research? Perhaps not. Is repairing of a device or debugging of a software is research? Perhaps not. However, if I want to develop some methodology to debug that, in that case, that can be a research. Is drawing a conclusion from a lot of data is a research? Then now drawing a obvious conclusion from lot of data is not a research. But however, if you can have non-obvious conclusion, perhaps that is a research. Proving a theorem, can you call this as a research? Of course, if through the non-way or is straightforward way, if you can prove, perhaps it's not research. But if it is unconventional, that has not been proved by anyone and it's not proven in simple way, in that case that's a research. Formulating theorem, again, yeah, so that perhaps maybe you can call that as a research. So research, if we look at, then in that case it's a game of creating innovative ideas, and that idea must be significant, and here every word is very important. Research is a game of creating innovative ideas. So ideas should be innovative, and then so we will look at the every aspect of this, and those are significant one. So that means now it is creation of ideas, not the execution of ideas. I mean, one can have some idea, but then and I can simply implement. In that case, that is implementation or execution or developing something. It should be a creation of the new idea. That is very important in the research. It should have innovation. I will come to the point that here what the meaning of innovation is, coming to this point in a minute. And the third point in this one is, so it has innovation, creation, and the significance. Significance is beauty of this, or the utility. Beauty doesn't mean that here the physical beauty of that. It's like here, for example, a painter can bring in multiple colors, right? And then fuse those colors together. In that case, that gives something like a different appearance, different beauty. That's the meaning of that. So that became significant. It should have utility to the society. That is also the give you the significance, or it enhances the knowledge sphere that we have in the world. So that is the significance. So now come to this individual point one by one, and say that here, what is an idea? Idea is like here always developed in a context. It's not a isolated thing in the vacuum. So then what is the context? Now, context often decided by the significance, that whether it's like a utility in the society, or it is creation of the knowledge, I mean, enhancing the knowledge sphere, or so on and so forth. So, like the idea that you would like to create is like a missing puzzle in a missing piece in a jigsaw puzzle. You have a jigsaw puzzle, and then there are some pieces in that, and you want to discover those pieces. That pieces are ideas. So discovering of idea completes the at least some part of that puzzle. Uh, that puzzle is like you're discovering something, inventing something, creation of something. So idea is a connection. Idea can be a connection between the other ideas. There were earlier some ideas, and then you bring in the new idea. This can connect one idea from the another idea. So that can be the part of the puzzle. Or more likely connection that the so if you make more and more connections, it can connect more and more pieces, it can connect more and more ideas. Its beauty enhances. So sometimes we know what puzzle would like before getting an idea. Some other time the picture emerges as we start discovering. So sometimes we have some blurred picture of the idea that what we want to develop and we are going to do. At some other point in time, perhaps we have no idea, but then things start to uncover. We start to get more light on the way as we move forward. Now, a good research should have couple of parts, it should have innovation. So that means here it has to have a creation of new ideas. It must have its own aesthetics, and the complete aspect of the important aspect of the research about moreover on top of the innovation and aesthetics, it should have a completeness. It should give the overall picture of the puzzle that you are trying to solve. It should have good amount of rigor. Good amount of rigor means here it should not be the straightforward that you're just by looking into this shape. For example, inference something from the data, looking at the data, and it's clearly appear that here this is the relationship between the two data points. So this should have a rigor. It should have some empirical demonstration that on some of the things or examples one should be able to demonstrate that empirically, and it should give you the effective communication so that here everybody can understand that. So coming back to the innovation part, because these are the various aspects that we have or the expectations we have from the good research. So now see, this is the complete sphere of knowledge that we have, and in this sphere of knowledge, we start from the zero knowledge, that we don't have much idea about that area, and this red curve says that here how your knowledge span out over the years. So as time progress, earlier we initially we learned something very holistic, very well-rounded information about that topic, that why this topic is important, what are the various implications this topic has on the human life and in the society. And then we start to gather more and more information. So as time progress, our learning keep on increasing, and slowly that learning, initially it is a very generic learning that we get from that discipline, and slowly that is start to focus towards one thing. So we begin to focus, and then start to specializing in on some aspect of that particular problem. Specialize more and more until you reach to a point wherein you hit something unknown boundary. Above that, there is no knowledge available in the world. So we reach to a tip of this sphere. So at the boundary of a sphere wherein we reach, and now at that point, that information is already available in the world through the literature. We can keep on acquiring this knowledge, can reach to that point, and then when you reach to the boundary point, after that the aim is to push this sphere out, so that we add some additional information. So try to push this boundary. If you keep trying hard enough, you may succeed, and you add some more point on that sphere. So that means your the size of sphere increases, and therefore the aim of innovation is to increase the size of this knowledge in sphere that we have. So like here, I create something without any creativity, without any new ness in that, does not qualify as innovation. So there should be a creativity in, like here, acquiring that knowledge. The novelty quotient of innovation that depend on that how much novelty that you have in an innovation, because I tried and I try hard and to say enhance or increase the knowledge sphere. So the novelty quotient of that depend on how non-obvious the result that we have, or that result seen before that you establish it. So looking at the before you obtain that idea, and after you obtaining that idea, there that one can look back and see that how non-obvious it is. Was it not obvious that anybody can see this, or it is obvious? So if it is non-obvious, in that case here it has higher novelty. How obvious the result appear in the hindsight is one. So innovation in research should enrich the set of the first principle. Set of first principle means something that I can get using the first principle information. I don't need to know the sophisticated research that one has done. Like can I reach to that point which I have developed using the first principle? So that means mostly like people know the very basic information and the idea or the say common sense that we have. Aesthetics. So there were three, couple of things that we discussed, that good research should have innovation, should have aesthetics, should have completeness, rigor, and then the empirical demonstration. Now, what we call as the aesthetics. Aesthetics tells you that here the total is greater than sum of the parts. Like here, for example, a painter bring the different colors, can put different color in isolated way. In that case, that you can see the different colors which are there on the canvas. However, if it mixes all those color, in that case, the beauty of that comes beyond that the sum of those different parts that you have. So this like how you can make this total greater than the sum of the constituting parts. And this is very famous quote from Henry Poincaré, who was French mathematicians. He our French scientist. He said, scientists study science not because it is useful. Very important to read these words. Scientists study science not because it is useful to the society, but because it is beautiful. What does that beautiful means? Here I do not talk about the beauty of appearance, of beauty of the qualities, but here I talk about the profound beauty which comes from the harmonious order of different parts. So if you put different parts in harmonious order, something that comes out of it is very beautiful, and then you enjoy that in your life. Like here, as I had given the example of painting, proportion of different colors versus their arrangement. You arrange different colors in one way. In that case, here the beauty of that comes out much beyond the proportion of the color that you are adding into that. So that is the aesthetics that define that how innovative your how good your research is, that how much you are coming or bringing the total your total is greater than the sum of the different parts. Sum of the different part anybody can add and can have that sum of the different parts. So how much that boundary you can push forward. Aesthetics and beauty that comes from an idea, like for example, this is a very simple example that I can give you. Perhaps it's not my motive to do that, but say for example this is a rectangle, and within that rectangle if I choose one point I can make a triangle in this. Now I want to find out that here how much area or this triangle is occupying within this rectangle. Perhaps by looking into this, it is not that obvious that what is the area looks. I mean, I cannot comment about anything. So would so now the second thing is like one thing is I can argue about that how much area it occupies. So now one of the way and that we call as idea. Now how I get the idea? If I say draw a perpendicular from the point where it is touching to the another say edge. If I draw a perpendicular, in that case now here it divides this rectangle in two rectangles. And here if I see, so this divided in two parts. Now
आप ऐसा ना डिटेल पूरी लेके जाना वहाँ पे इसमें भी देखा ही हाँ तो बस देखा ही रहेगा
धीरज जायसवाल धीरज जायसवाल
अब उसमें सर वो भी देखा ही 10वीं की मार्कशीट देख के लिखोगे ना अपने ऑर्डर जो आया था वहाँ से उसमें देखा मिला ये
जायसवाल will be removed from this.
भविष्य में क्या नाम है भविष्य में चेक कर सकते हैं अभी तो क्या पता बैंक में रखा है ये 10वीं की मार्कशीट है 12वीं की है 10वीं मार्कशीट में क्या है देखो मेरा है ना रेखा मेरा नाम से खुलवाओ आप एक काम नहीं खुलवाओ नहीं आप ये काम करोगे
thank you.
Please continue your class.
Yeah. So now if I draw a vertical, then idea is to draw a vertical. Now how beautiful this idea is. Maybe today everybody knows that this is how we can prove this. But think about the several years ago when people did not know. This was a big thing. That idea is simply like a drawing a perpendicular from the point wherein it is cutting. And once you draw that perpendicular, right, it makes divide this in two parts. Now every part I can see that if I am connecting to the diagonal point, and now half part is the say blue part and half part is the pink part, and therefore now and that happens in both of the rectangles, and therefore now I can say that the area that is occupied by a triangle is equal to the half of the area occupied by the rectangle. So this is a very simple example that we can use this very simple idea, which is very beautiful idea, but that can help you in proving that the if I can draw a rectangle from the 2 points in the rectangle and joining the another point on the other side of the rectangle. In that case, it can divide that triangle can divide this in two different parts. Maybe one can say that here, would this result hold good for any triangle that you can make in a box? Perhaps it is not. So now this area does not. So this is the beauty of the idea. idea is very simple, nothing very complex, just like a dropping a perpendicular from that point, third point in the triangle to the the another end. So that's the so beauty of idea. The idea talks back to us when we have the idea. In that case, like here, say for example, here I have idea, drop the idea, and then it start to talk back. Oh wow! Now in both of the parts, now it seems that the area of the green part, area of the blue part, and area of the pink part is equal, right? So the idea is start, once you develop idea start to talk back to you. So when we fix one idea, in that case, sometimes it fixes some another ideas, or it generates more curiosity on something else, and then the process keep on going. So beauty of the lies in the creating simple ideas, because you really don't want to have complex idea. I see most of the time very simple idea are very beautiful, works very well. So now this beauty of idea lies in creating simple ideas which can bring in unexpected implications. Like here we can see that there is an unexpected implication. I was not, I mean, before dropping this perpendicular, I could not imagine that the area the pink part can be same as the blue part over here. That means that is triangle area and or no and non-triangle area. Relates, this can relate the seemingly unrelated things, that there are multiple things which are some are related, some are
नाम भी बहुत बड़ी समस्या है। हाँ, नवोदय बच्चों के 4 बार सही करा दी मैंने।
So it relates the unrelated things, illuminate and reveal much more which is anticipated, and that will make the total is greater than the sum of the different parts, which is very important. Exploiting the adjacent possible. So now here as we bring the new idea, in that case now we start to say expand that sphere, and with one idea it's not like one thing is solving the every problem. It's like the once it open one door, we enter into that, we see another door, you keep on opening the door. So this is like a driving a car in the dark. When you go into the dark, it doesn't lighten the entire way from the source to destination, but as we go ahead, it will keep on demystifying that, and then we keep on moving ahead. So this it opens one door, it gives you the opportunity to look through the another door. So it may lead to yet another door that needs to be opened. Like a car headlight provide only the short look up, very small say look ahead in the night, but then as we keep on moving, in that case it can provide some of the heuristics that we are using, like looking at the duality, symmetricity, generalization, refinement, extension, adaptation, etc., etc. So if you look at the researcher's life cycle, which is very important, and many times so as you will go along, you will face this. It has 3 different phases. In the beginning phase, nobody knows that which phase can be longer. But in the beginning phase, you have almost no knowledge. You start to acquire the knowledge, and your learning curve grows slowly. At some point in time, you acquire the enough information. You are reaching very close to the knowledge sphere, and then some idea kicks in your mind, and then your knowledge start to grow very fast. And this is the most beautiful time, that the second part you would like to enjoy in your life, because the first page is sluggish. Sometimes you feel boring, that you are reading literature after literature and after literature, and no, you are not getting any idea. But once you that part is matured, in that case, you get into the second phase, and then second phase, you get one idea like that opens one door that can show you the another door. It open the another door, and then this will keep on going. Now you generate couple of ideas, and life is really beautiful during that time. At some point in time, when you get couple of
हाँ यार, इसमें
ideas,
तो मेरी भी इच्छा थी यार घूमने की, अच्छा लगता है उसमें।
बहुत ही शानदार परफॉर्मेंस।
नहीं, घूमना बहुत अच्छा है, रिसर्च करना भी अच्छा है। So now you reach to a point wherein now your new ideas, new knowledge that you are gaining.
हमारी वीडियो चल रही भाई।
After a while, it starts to get saturated. When you
Huh?
it's saturated, in that case here again there is a very slow improvement, and that is the time wherein one should so the will start to bring more stress. You want to occupy, I mean, have the most beautiful second phase as long as possible. So in so therefore the third phase, when you enter into the third phase, it is like your time to graduate from the Doctor of Philosophy degree. Now the task of researcher is to turning the difficulty into the opportunities. So that means you know you should be able to find out, know the right question, and then so that means you have to identify the right question and then find the right answer. Having he is computer scientist, has a very famous quote. He says often the great scientist, by turning the problem around and change the defect to an asset. So you wherever you find difficulty, the role of scientist is to turning that difficulty into the opportunities. Doing research is the test in which you are allowed to write your own question paper and then answer it, as opposed to the whatever you were doing by now. Some you study something, somebody is giving you the question paper, and then you answer it. Now it is the process wherein you identify your own question and then write the answer for this. Role of consolidation through the hard work, that is very important, and maybe with this perhaps I will finish my talk. So research is like here has maybe I say very nice thing about this, but at the end of the day, research is 1% inspiration and 90% perspiration. So if this is the Newton's quote. We say that if others would have think as hard as I did, they would have got the similar result, right? So it's like a hard work is also a very important part of the research life. Continuous consolidation works like a compounding, like a compound interest. Again, the having quote that says that given two people of the approximately the same ability and one person who works 10% more than the other, the latter will more than twice produce the former one. The more you know, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more you can do, and the more you can do, the more opportunity you will explore. So like here, if one person is doing 1% additional work and another is doing 1% less work, you can see that what is the difference at the end of 1 year. If I work 365 days, 1% extra every day can bring you 10 times, I mean 40 times more than whatever I can produce at the same pace. And working on say 1% less will bring you down for 40 times less than what I can do with this pace. Okay, so now so yeah, so what does like here it mean to be a researcher? Now the quality that a researcher must possess that we already have is you should have motivation, curiosity, creativity, perseverance, and good grasping. So these are qualities that we possess, and what we acquire with the effort is during this period of time is strong background, enhance the effectiveness of our trades, particularly when time is a crucial factor. Uh, Maybe. So, like here, see the if I say that who the researcher is. So research is giving you fun. So it's a fun. Research make a researcher much better learner. That is very important. Researchers enable the better consolidation of different skills that we have. So now the final last question is why why do people do research? Similar kind of question people ask to a mountaineer. That's a very hard task people do. Why mountaineer is climbing that mountain? Is it for money? Is it for fame? Or is it for power? Or it gives you the security because that you are a strong man? No. If you ask a mountaineer, he says, because mountain exist and they want to get the profound beauty of the nature, and therefore they climb. So this tests the mental and physical endurance, but then the real reward is the unforgettable experience of nature that they got in their purest form. Similar way, the people do the research. So research is the test of the intellectual agility of a person and its endurance. Research is driven by the passion. So research takes us to the different state of the mind that the cause of passion may differ person to person. Goal may be seeking the intellectual fun, creating the wealth, or you can have one can have philanthropical game like creating knowledge, solving problem, creating opportunity, etc., etc. Okay, so maybe I can skip this part. So research has potential of making this world better, and that is something which can help us or which can motivate all of researchers to keep going. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Wonderful presentation.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you,
Have
sir.
बहुत अच्छा
Please
बात।
don't create this loop.
Thank you, sir.
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 Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. If in case anyone has any question, I would be happy to answer. I
सर
believe.
आगे भी आपके लेक्चर होंगे क्या?
Pardon?
आगे भी आपके लेक्चर होंगे क्या?
We would be happy to have certainly more lectures from you.
I don't know how much interest people have. It seems that people have more interest in traveling than doing research. Yes, of course, they should travel. Travel gives you much another opportunity.
सर लगा लेक्चर आपका बड़ा अच्छा था पर हिंदी में वो इंग्लिश में था तो कुछ समझ नहीं आया, तो आपके लेक्चर इंग्लिश में होंगे क्या?
Could have given that in Hindi. I mean, that was not a maybe pure Hindi is difficult, but maybe
It was not that much difficult English.
Could have been in mixed language.
I can't understand English, sir.
नहीं, एक हाइब्रिड लैंग्वेज में हो सकता था. I did not know that many people are have difficulty in understanding English.
बीच बीच में आप इंग्लिश हिंदी मिक्स भी कर देते तो भी आज सब समझ आ ही जाता। पर वो पूरा
Sir,
इंग्लिश
my really apology. I should have done that.
आगे
सरकार जब और लेक्चर कराएंगे तो सर हाइब्रिड मोड में
सर को इनवाइट करेंगे या ऑफलाइन मोड में है, और आप सभी शोधार्थी यहाँ उपस्थित होकर सर का लेक्चर सुनिएगा, और आपको जैसा आज महसूस हो रहा है इससे कई गुना अच्छा महसूस होगा।
जी मैम, बड़ा अच्छा लगा, लेकिन बस वो लैंग्वेज प्रॉब्लम समझ नहीं आया हमें।
आपकी सबकी ये समस्या जो है इसका बिल्कुल निकालेंगे समाधान, और सर को का समय लेकर के सर से बात करके।
जी जी मैम।
आप लोग पहले बोलते तो ये परेशानी तो आसानी से सॉल्व की जा सकती थी।
हाँ सर, पर बीच में बोलना क्या, फिर मैसेज बीच में नहीं।
मैं तो राजस्थान का आदमी हूँ, मुझे तो हिंदी आती है।
हाँ
सर, हाँ सर, मैं भी
आप हिंदी में ही बोले।
सर, मैं भी मैडम से समर्थित हूँ। ओरिएंटेशन और रिफ्रेशर कोर्स में भी बिलिंगुअल मेथड अपनाया जाता है, तो उसमें हमारे समझ में आ जाता है लैंग्वेज वालों के। हम भाषा के हैं।
हम लोग वंचित रह गए सर।
बट आप लोग पहले
But still people are there who don't understand pure Hindi.
हाँ, हम ये मैनेजमेंट से भी, कोटा यूनिवर्सिटी से भी ये प्रार्थना करेंगे कि आप थोड़ा हिंदी में भी करवाएं ताकि हम लाभ ले सकें।
Everything is every time in Hindi only. All the circulars are coming in Hindi only. Even we people get difficulty in understanding.
जी मैम। सर बोल रहे थे तो लग रहा था कि आप काफी अच्छा बोल रहे हैं, लेकिन आपको वो ना समझ नहीं आ रहा था।
कोई बात नहीं, समझना चाहेंगे तो दोबारा कर देंगे। हिंदी में इसको हिंदी में कर देंगे दोबारा, ये तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। वो तो आसान सॉल्व करने वाली प्रॉब्लम है।
जी सर, थैंक यू सर।
कोई सुनना चाहे तो दोबारा सेम चीज दोबारा हिंदी में बोल देंगे, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
जी जी थैंक यू सर।
शोधार्थियों की तरफ से आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि थोड़ा समय लेकर आप कोटा पधारें और हिंदी में
जरूर जरूर जरूर।
शोधार्थियों को बहुत
लैंग्वेज तो एक कम्युनिकेशन का मीडियम है। आप मुझे तो हिंदी भी आती है, अंग्रेजी भी आती है, आप बोलो उसमें मैं बोल देंगे। कुछ टेक्निकल टर्म की डिफिकल्टी होती है, बट उसके अलावा बाकी तो बोल ही सकते हैं, कोई ऐसी समस्या नहीं है।
जी
मैं तो खुद 11वीं क्लास तक हिंदी में पढ़ा हूँ।
सर हम लोगों का तो है ही संस्कृत सब्जेक्ट, तो फिर हमें तो वही है ना कि हिंदी तक समझ आ ही जाता है।
हाँ तो बोल सकते थे, तो वापिस बोल देंगे। आपको सुनना है तो चिंता मत करो, वापिस कर देंगे इसको।
ठीक है सर,
हिंदी में कर देंगे।
जी जी सर।
सर का मैं समय
को वापस देख सकते हैं क्या?
ठीक है, मैं पूरे
चिंता मत करो। आपको यदि सुनना है तो हम पूरा वापस हिंदी में कर देंगे, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
जी सर,
मुझे तो हिंदी आती है।
तो मैं सर
क्या इस वीडियो को वापस देख सकते हैं?
हाँ, YouTube चैनल पर डालेंगे हम, आप वहाँ से देख लीजिएगा।
YouTube का लिंक ग्रुप में शेयर कर दिया जाएगा।
चैनल का लिंक कब मिलेगा?
1-2 दिन में मिल जाएगा, उसके बाद में डेली अपलोड होता रहेगा उसमें।
जैसे जैसे सेशन होंगे ना टॉपिक्स के, वो
और
वीडियो अपलोड कर
वीडियो तो आप देखेंगे, लेकिन जो रेगुलर क्लासेस हो रही हैं या उसमें अटेंटिवली सुने तो वो ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा। वीडियो के लिए बार-बार लिंक कब मिलेगा, सामने लाइव सर पढ़ा रहे हैं, उस वक्त तो लोग बाग माइक ऑन करके इधर उधर की बातें कर रहे हैं, कोई घूमते हुए नजर आ रहा है, किसी का कैमरा ऑन है तो वो कहीं बाहर दिख रहा है, और फिर यहाँ पर लेक्चर एंड हुआ है, उसके बाद में आप इस तरह की बातें न करें। IIT बॉम्बे से लेक्चर ले रहे हैं, अपना प्रीशियस समय निकाल के हमारे लिए यहाँ पर आए हैं, तो आप सर के लेक्चर से रिलेटेड अगर कोई क्वेश्चन है तो वो पूछें। उसके अलावा अदर कोई भी मीडियम रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम हुई है या और भी कोई क्वेरी है तो उसके लिए कोऑर्डिनेटर यहाँ पर हैं, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बना हुआ है, उसके ऊपर सारी इंफॉर्मेशन आपको आ जाएगी।
व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में सर हमारी कोई समस्या तो सुनी नहीं जाती है, उसमें केवल एडमिन ही मैसेज कर सकते हैं।
आज आप सुबह अगर टाइम पे ज्वाइन किया होगा आपने, तो जब लेक्चर शुरू भी नहीं हुए थे उससे पहले 2 बार प्रॉब्लम और अब भी एक बार बात कह दी आपने कि बाइलैंग्वेज लैंग्वेज में हो जाएगा। मैम ने यहाँ से कह दिया कि भाई आगे वाले लेक्चरर्स को हम पहले इन्फॉर्म कर देंगे और सर का भी समय लेके लेक्चर कराएंगे। फिर बार बार एक ही बात को सभी लोग एक एक करके बोलेंगे तो 300 लोग की क्लास अगर होगी तो 300 बार एक ही बात बोली जाएगी क्या?
कोई बात नहीं, आपकी बात यहाँ नोट कर लीजिए, ठीक है?
हम छोटा आ नहीं सके और मैडम से एक निवेदन करना चाह रहे थे कि ये अगर छुट्टियों में हो पाता तो हमारे लिए बहुत ज्यादा उपयोगी हो पाता। अभी क्या है, वर्किंग है, कॉलेज में भी छुट्टियों का इश्यू काफी रहता है। शायद मैडम हमारी बात सुन पाती, लेकिन हमें
एक बार सर का और भी कई लेक्चर है, सर को एक बार फ्री कर दें, हम बात करेंगे। अभी आप सब कनेक्टेड रहिएगा, मैं भी कनेक्टेड हूँ, ठीक है? मैं कोटा विश्वविद्यालय रिसर्च एक्शन की ओर से मेरे रिस्पेक्टेड गुरु आदरणीय प्रोफेसर वीरेंद्र सिंह सर का हार्दिक धन्यवाद, आभार यहाँ व्यक्त करती हूँ फॉर्मल, कि सर ने अपना इतना व्यस्ततम समय होता है सर का, उसमें से समय निकाला और बहुत उत्साह के साथ सर ने हाँ किया कि हाँ मैं लेक्चर लूंगा। और आप सबने लेक्चर सुना, इससे बेनिफिट आप उठाएंगे। सर के पॉइंट्स जो सर ने रिसर्च की आर्ट के पॉइंट्स बताए हैं कि क्या रोल किस पॉइंट का रिसर्च के अंदर रहता है, और साइबर सिक्योरिटी, स्मार्ट होम से रिलेटेड जो भी सर ने यहाँ डिस्कस किया उसको आप ध्यान रखेंगे। सर आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. It was pleasure and honor to be part of this, and
sir,
I hope that I will interact in future.
We have a speaker like you in our course at inauguration session. Sir, मेरे पास तो शब्द ही नहीं होता है आपका धन्यवाद करने के लिए सर, इसलिए बहुत छोटा लगता है धन्यवाद बोलना आपको। और सर आप समय देंगे, बात करूंगी मैं आपसे। ऑफलाइन लेक्चर हम कर रहे हैं, सब शोधार्थियों को यहाँ इकट्ठा करेंगे।
श्योर, जरूर जरूर।
जी सर, जी। थैंक यू सो मच सर। प्रणाम सर।
थैंक यू।
हाँ, अब आप लोग बताइए अपनी एक एक क्वेरी बोलिए, क्या क्या क्वेरी है। पहली बात अभी जो बोला था उसका मैं आंसर कर दूं। जो कोर्स वर्क का जो क्लासेस हैं, क्लासेस वाला पार्ट हमने अभी शुरू किया है, उसमें रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी और ये सारे टॉपिक्स कवर होंगे, ठीक है? आपका कहना है कि ये मई जून में करते, सेमेस्टर एंड पर करते, ठीक है? क्योंकि शोध का काम शुरू हो गया 15 दिसंबर से आपके रिसर्च सेंटर पर आपने अटेंडेंस देनी शुरू कर दी। अराउंड 2 मंथ्स कंप्लीट हो गए उस बात को। अगर अभी भी आप रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी और इसको नहीं फॉर्मली यहाँ पढ़ेंगे तो पूरा सेमेस्टर की बाद में पढ़ेंगे और तुरंत आपका एग्जाम करा लेंगे। फिर आप सोचिए कि मिड ऑफ सेमेस्टर के बीच में अगर सिलेबस कंप्लीशन होगा और इसके जो लेक्चर्स हैं, नोट्स हैं, आप लोग बनाएंगे तो उसका बेनिफिट तो पूरे सेमेस्टर में मिलेगा ना एटलीस्ट। क्या फायदा है कि आप लास्ट में पढ़ें इसको।
जी मैडम, आपका कहना बिल्कुल
मेरी बात प्लीज। जो पंच है आपको इन सब टॉपिक से पंच मिलेगा रिसर्च करने के लिए, वो पंच तो अभी मिलना जरूरी है या वो सेमेस्टर एंड में मिलना जरूरी है, बताइए आप मुझे।
अभी मिलना मैम।
तो अब आप उसको डायरेक्शन मिलेगी। इनफैक्ट ये जो टॉपिक्स यहाँ डिस्कस किए जाएंगे सिलेबस के, इवन जो डिफरेंट वेबिनार्स भी हमने एक्सक्लूसिव रखे हैं इसमें, उन सबसे आप एक प्रिपरेशन है आपकी, आप लिटरेचर सर्वे करते हैं उसमें भी जो सेशंस आपके सुपरवाइजर के साथ करने जा रहे हैं उसमें भी ये हेल्प करेगा आपको, एक पाथवे प्रोवाइड करेगा एक ये जो क्लासेस यहाँ हो रही हैं। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। कोई और क्वेरी है किसी की?
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम।
हाँ बोलिए
मैम, ये कोर्स ऑनलाइन हो रहा है, तो इसको हम जैसे रेगुलर कॉलेज में जॉब के साथ भी अटेंड कर सकते हैं, छुट्टियां लेके अटेंड करना सही रहेगा?
आपने सेम क्वेरी पूछी थी, आपका जवाब दिया गया है। आप 2 जगह अटेंड कैसे दिखाएंगे?
यस मैम, इसीलिए आपको पूछ रहे हैं।
मैं आपको बहुत ही क्लियर कट बोल दूं, रिसर्च वर्क को अगर आप बिल्कुल टेकन टू लेंगे तो रिसर्च आपको टेकन टू ले लेगी। टेक इट वेरी सीरियसली। आपने रेगुलर कोर्स में एडमिशन लिया है, आप अगर आपके ऑफिस प्लेस पे भी अटेंडेंस शो करेंगे और यहाँ भी अटेंडेंस शो होगी तो आप अपने परेशानी में पड़ सकते हैं। इट्स योर डिसीजन नाउ।
ओके मैम।
हेलो मैम। मैम एक
पूजा,
क्वेरी थी मेरी।
हाँ बोलिए।
मैम जिनका मैम लेट एडमिशन हुआ है वो सुपरवाइजर चेंज करने की वजह से, तो मैम उनका कोर्स वर्क का शेड्यूल कैसा रहेगा मैम? सेम रहेगा या अलग रहेगा?
यही चल रहा है ना, 10 तारीख से शुरू हो गया आपका। ठीक है,
तो मैम
और आपका अभी क्लासेस अटेंड कर रहे हैं, ठीक है।
एडमिशन लेने के
बाद आपका पूरा मई में ही एग्जाम होगी, जबकि सबके साथ में होंगे। ठीक है, आपको पूरा समय मिलेगा पढ़ाई का। ओके,
ठीक मैम, वो सेम रहेगा ना सबके साथ में?
अब आप सबके साथ एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म पर खड़े हुए हैं। ओके
ओके मैम, थैंक यू।
मैडम एक रिक्वेस्ट हो रहा है, अगर कुछ छुट्टियों में लेक्चर हो सकते हैं क्या? जैसे हमें बीच में काफी छुट्टियां भी पड़ रही हैं, और जैसे संडे को या फिर जैसे 16 को भी एक छुट्टी है।
देखिए, जो छुट्टियां होती हैं ना, वो एक्सपर्ट्स की भी छुट्टियां होती हैं। रिसर्च सेक्शन ऑफ रहता है यूनिवर्सिटी में, ये भी सरकारी है विश्वविद्यालय।
जी
ठीक है। और मैं आपको फिर कहूंगी दीवान सिंह जी, आपने रेगुलर कोर्स में एडमिशन लिया है रिसर्च के?
जी मैडम, हाँ बिल्कुल, लेकिन थोड़ा सा निवेदन यही था कि कॉलेज में भी स्टाफ करने के छुट्टियों से बड़ा इशू रहता है।
तो आप रिसर्च कैसे करेंगे?
जी नहीं, बिल्कुल आप जो कहेंगी वो करना है, बाकी थोड़ा सा निवेदन, बस आप तक बात नहीं पहुंच पाई, नहीं शायद आप बात भी सुनती हमारी, हमें तो ये रहा थोड़ा सा चमन जी से बात हुई थी।
ये बिल्कुल हाई टाइम है रिसर्च का, ये क्लासेस कराने का। अदरवाइज क्या फायदा जब हम लास्ट में कराएं और 15 दिन बाद एग्जाम ले लें, क्या फायदा होगा उसका?
जी आपका कहना बिल्कुल जायज है, और ठीक है मैम, जो
भी होना चाहिए ना
जी।
तब तो आपको पुश मिलेगा, कुछ पाथ मिलेगा पढ़ने के लिए कि हाँ इस डायरेक्शन में करना है। मैं जब आपको नहीं पता होगा रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी, तो कैसे आप आगे बढ़ेंगे, किस डायरेक्शन में बढ़ेंगे? और कोई किसी की क्वेरी है?
मैम मैं ये पूछना चाह रहा था, जो कोर्स वर्क के एग्जाम होंगे वो कौन से लैंग्वेज में होंगे, और टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन क्या रहेगा? एमसीक्यू टाइप रहेगा या डिस्क्रिप्टिव टाइप रहेगा?
बाइलिंगुअल होंगे। ठीक है,
ठीक है मैम। और मैम ज्यादातर मैम विदाउट गवर्नमेंट जॉब स्टूडेंट है मैम, पीएचडी में एनरोल्ड, तो उनके अकॉर्डिंग डिसीजन ले मैम।
क्या
मैम जो गवर्नमेंट कैंडिडेट है उनकी मान लो मेजोरिटी कम है, स्टूडेंट की मेजोरिटी ज्यादा है, तो उनके अनुसार ही डिसीजन ले।
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है।
यहाँ पे संडे वगैरह को सर हम भी फ्री रहते हैं, फिर दूसरे काम भी होते हैं।
311 कैंडिडेट थे 23-24 सेशन में जिनका एडमिशन हुआ है। ठीक है, हमें मेरे सामने ये नहीं रहता है कि ये गवर्नमेंट जॉब में और ये प्राइवेट में।
जी मैम, संडे वगैरह तो हमारा कोई काम रहता है, इसलिए बोला मैम।
संडे को क्लासेस रखी ही नहीं है।
ठीक है मैम, धन्यवाद।
और आप लोगों से निवेदन है कि आप अपना माइक्रोफोन है ना वो ऑफ रखें।
हाँ,
अब वो
डिस्टर्बेंस
अभी जो
बहुत आ रहे
एक्सपर्ट थे उनके साथ 4-5 बार ऐसा हुआ कि माइक्रोफोन ऑन था, पीछे से कैसी नॉइज आ रही थी, कितना डिस्टर्ब हो रहा था। और आप पीएचडी लेवल पे सब
मॉर्निंग में कहा था ना, नेटिकेट्स का ध्यान रखेंगे आप। इस चीज का ध्यान रखिए, कोई छोटी क्लास के स्टूडेंट तो है नहीं और पर हायर लेवल क्लास प्रोग्राम को आप कर रहे हैं, तो उसका थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखें।
क्या मैम ये क्लासेज का टाइम मतलब 10 बजे से पहले और शाम को 5 बजे के बाद हो सकता है? अगर ऐसा कोई चेंजेस हो सकता है तो प्लीज कर दीजिए।
हो सकता है।
देखो सबके साथ लेके चलना पड़ता है, वैसे आपके अकॉर्डिंग या किसी और के अकॉर्डिंग नहीं कि भाई 6 बजे बात कर दो।
नहीं ये तो सब
8 बजे
मालूम है,
पहले
आपने
कर दो।
पीएचडी में एडमिशन लिया तभी पता है आपको। कोर्स वर्क तो होगा, कई जगह तो पूरी 6 महीने की छुट्टी लेकर के जाना पड़ता है कोर्स वर्क करने के लिए। हाँ, आप गए थे ना, हमारे साथी हैं कृष्णा शर्मा जी, पूरे 6 महीने की छुट्टी लेकर के गए थे। ऐसे थोड़ी ना होता है।
लेके गया था मैं।
आपने तो बिल्कुल ऐसे कर रखा है। रिसर्च को गंभीरता से लीजिए, अदरवाइज रिसर्च ले डूबेगी, आपकी टाइम से नहीं होगी। इसको आप साइड डिग्री मत मानिए कि हाँ ऐसे चल जाएगी, हो जाएगी, डिग्री मिल जाएगी, क्योंकि बहुत लोग रिसर्च कर रहे हैं आजकल, और जिसकी क्वालिटी रिसर्च होगी वही एग्जिस्ट करेगा, स्टैंड कर पाएगा मार्केट के अंदर, सोसाइटी के अंदर। आप इस चीज को समझ लें। क्वालिटी रिसर्च अगर करनी है तो आपको इसको सीरियसली लेना पड़ेगा और उसमें रेगुलरिटी बनानी पड़ेगी। ठीक है
मैडम, एक क्यूरी थी हमारी।
हाँ बोलिए।
मैडम, रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी के हिंदी लैंग्वेज में कोई डिफिनेशन है तो वो कौन से राइटर की बेस्ट रहेगी उसमें?
मिल जाएंगे आपको। ठीक है,
अभी कई सारे एक्सपर्ट्स आएंगे, वो पूरा बाइलिंगुअल में आपको अच्छे से समझाएंगे
और बुक्स भी बताएंगे।
हाँ, बुक्स भी बताएंगे,
है ना।
जी मैम, थैंक यू।
आप क्लासेस में रहिए।
मैम एक चीज पूछनी थी मुझे।
रेगुलर रहना है, बाकी चीज की टेंशन नहीं कीजिए। जो सिलेबस है दैट इज आवर टेंशन, हाउ टू कंप्लीट इट एंड मेक इट कन्वीनियंट टू यू पीपल। आपको कैसे उसको आसान बना के देना है, वो हमारी टेंशन है बेटा, आप लोगों की टेंशन नहीं है। आपकी टेंशन नहीं है, ये ध्यान रखना है कि आप रेगुलर रहें एंड बी अटेंटिव इन योर क्लास।
मैम एक चीज पूछनी थी। मैम मैं ये पूछना चाह रहा था कि आज जैसे जो भी क्लासेस हुई उनमें ज्यादातर जो कंटेंट था वो इंग्लिश में था, तो हिंदी मीडियम वालों के लिए मैम कैसा रहेगा?
वो हम अभी आने वाले जो एक्सपर्ट्स हैं उनसे पहले ही बात कर लेंगे कि वो बाइलिंगुअल रखेंगे मीडियम, और आप लोगों को कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगी। और आप अगर क्लास के बीच में कोई अगर बोल देता, इतने सारे माइक्रोफोन ऑन थे, इधर उधर की बातें कर रहे थे, तो एक ये भी उनसे रिक्वेस्ट कर लेते कि सर आप हिंदी में भी बोल दीजिए। वो तो पूरा हिंदी में पूरा कन्वीनियंट थे, उन्हें लगा कि आप लोग सब कंफर्ट है इसमें इंग्लिश में। ठीक है,
नहीं वो तो कोई बात नहीं, आगे से कल के जो सेशंस होंगे ना उससे इस चीज को पहले से ध्यान रखेंगे। कोई दिक्कत नहीं है इसमें, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, इतना बड़ा इशू नहीं है। ठीक है ना। रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी पर अभी और भी लेक्चर होने वाले हैं।
हेलो मैम, मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था कि जो लास्ट में जो एग्जाम होगा वो ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप होगा या डिस्क्रिप्टिव टाइप होगा?
एमसीक्यू होता है, ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है।
ओके मैम, थैंक यू।
मैम मैं ये कह रहा था कि प्रातः 10:30 से जो कक्षाएं शुरू हो रही है शाम 5 बजे तक, तो उसमें जिस डिवाइस से हम काम करते हैं वो काम करना बंद कर देती है लंबे समय, काफी लंबे समय हो जाता है।
किसका?
देखो वो कल हमने
डिवाइस से काम कर रहे हैं, चाहे लैपटॉप हो चाहे ये मोबाइल फोन हो, उसमें इतने लंबे समय तक डिवाइस ही काम करना बंद कर देती है।
तो कर देती है, हमारी तो कर रही है, हमने चार्जिंग पे लगा रखा है लगातार।
तो इसमें थोड़ा अगर एक्सेप्शन मिल जाता।
डिस्क्रिप्टिव, हाँ वही मैं कह रही हूँ ना, डिस्क्रिप्टिव होता है ये जो क्वेश्चन पेपर आएगा ना डिस्क्रिप्टिव आएगा कोर्स वर्क का, वो तो एंट्रेंस का था ऑब्जेक्टिव।
है आप लोगों के लिए ½ एन आवर का ब्रेक रहेगा, तो उसमें आप अपने जो डिवाइसेस है उसको रेस्ट दे दीजिएगा उसको।
देखो मैं आपको पहले से बता दूं, ये अटेंडेंस के मामले में कोई लापरवाही नहीं चलेगी। आपको आपका इंतजाम रखना है, नेट कनेक्शन का भी अच्छा कनेक्शन। दूसरा आपको लगातार चार्जिंग ऑन रखनी है आपके डिवाइस की, और ओरिजिनल आईडी से जुड़ना है आपने। नहीं तो हम यहाँ ऑफलाइन बुला रहे थे आपको वहीं घर के लिए, ठीक है? बता दीजिए आप। ऑफलाइन सही है?
ऑनलाइन ही सही है मैम, ऑफलाइन है।
नो मैम, ऑनलाइन
ऑनलाइन ही चाहिए।
ऑनलाइन ठीक है सर, ऑनलाइन ही ठीक है मैम, ऑनलाइन ही ठीक है मैम, ऑनलाइन सही है मैडम, ऑनलाइन
ऑनलाइन ही ठीक है
मैडम, ऑनलाइन ही ठीक है,
कल आप लोग
ऑनलाइन ही ठीक है मैम।
ऑनलाइन ठीक है मैम।
चलिए ठीक है ना, अब रेगुलर रहिए क्लासेस में। ओके,
थैंक यू मैम।
ओके मैम, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू मैम।
थैंक यू मैम,
थैंक यू मैम। ओके मैम।
थैंक यू मैम।
थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू मैम,
थैंक यू।
थैंक यू मैम,
थैंक यू मैम।
थैंक यू मैम।
थैंक यू मैम। थैंक यू मैम।
थैंक यू मैम।
थैंक यू मैम।
थैंक यू मैम।